Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, and tonight we're going to do something a little bit differently. I think a lot of people watch the startup drafts because, especially the live streams, because they have startup drafts of their own. And so, normally during our live streams, we'll take comments, we'll take, blueprint questions, we'll take trade questions, things like that. Tonight, we're going to take a dedicated time for the first portion of our live stream and only do startup draft content. Nathan and I are going to break down every single pick as best we can so that people who want that content where you can get analysis on every pick can have that. That way, if they have a draft, they can go back, use this video, hear our full thoughts on the startup drafts, the landscape of Dynasty startups, so to say, at certain points in time. So I think we're going to do this once a month where we'll start our stream by doing a video style deep dive into Dynasty startup drafts at that point in time. That's what we're going to do right now. So if you're in the comments, we're not ignoring you. Nathan and I are drafting in this draft, and we're also going to give a deep dive analysis of as many picks as we can, to the extent that not every pick needs talked about, but we're going to do a deep dive tonight. So we're not ignoring you. We'll get to our comments right after we complete the draft, but I will be drafting at the one position. Where are you drafting at tonight?
I am drafting at the 103.
Okay.
So we're pretty close to each other.
All right. So without further ado, let's jump in and let's do a Dynasty startup draft. This is I don't think this is a high stakes league. I think this is the high stakes league is Thursday. I think this is the $25 a year league. So I'm on the clock first, and these motherfrickers started the draft before we were live. So I guess it's Waffle's fault. I guess I'm gonna have to blame Waffle for it.
And you took Bijan.
And I did take Bijan. I almost took Josh Allen by auto, but I went ahead and took Bijan Robinson. Now, what I'm gonna play with here as I'm making these picks is how I can construct my team based on what position I can go first. So I'm gonna go running back here. I'll be curious after rounds 5 or 6 how my team build looks, even though team build doesn't matter as much in the Dynasty startup, of course. I'll be curious to know how I can build my team since I went Bijan Robinson. It's a strategic move. I think, again, you look at our Cornerstone rankings video, and we're gonna have 7 of the picks here. I am pretty sure that the top 7 picks here in this draft will be the top 7 in our Cornerstone rankings, right? JSN, Puka, Jamar Chase, Bijan, Jahmyr Gibbs, Drake May, and Josh Allen. I think that's what's going to happen here. I know I'm name dropping a little bit, but again, this is more of a video style draft, and so I will limit the name dropping, but I will do that. Obviously, you're not name dropping, one of those players when you're name dropping everybody, and so that's probably what's going to happen here. And I will be interested to see how well, as we'll get into it, how well some of these teams here in the first 7 picks can land the plane in terms of value, and so. Drop a like on the stream, drop a like on the video if you're watching afterwards, and of course, if you play Dynasty, make sure you're subscribed as well. We're putting out as much Dynasty content as we can. I think we're about 600 subscribers away from Mason and catching him for the subs record. So we're gonna try to get it.
Yeah, we're catching up. We
are. Okay. So
FLP's taking the whole clock.
I was gonna say he's known.
Nice.
He's known. I think he probably planned on taking Bijan because he thought maybe I'd go wide receiver, but I wanted to take Bijan at the 1-1 just as a thought experiment here, and then JSN goes 1-3. Where did you say you were again? Remind me.
I'm at the 1-3, so I just.
So
took
you
JSN.
just took Chase.
Yeah.
Okay.
I took JSN.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, you took JSN.
Yeah. I decided to go with. I was hoping to go wide receiver at my pick. Things can always change if, let's say, JSN had gone at the 102, and then I would have been faced with Chase, Allen, Puka. I could have gone really anywhere there at the 103. I'm honestly glad that I'm not at the 101 or the 102 and having to be forced to make, which guy is the first one off the board decision, because again, we do view those top 7 picks that all just went off the board at the same time here. As expected, Bijan and Gibbs, JSN, Chase, and Puka, Allen and May all go off the board here in the top 7. But JSN for me, he's one of the big 3. Between Chase and Puka and himself, and he is the youngest of that bunch, in the most, I would say, insulated. Yeah, they're all in really insulated positions actually. Or insulated situations, but went with JSN there, and I'm pretty happy about it. Allen and May go at the 105 and the 107 respectively. I think both of these guys shouldn't be going any later than the 107 again in the same tier, so none of them fell beyond that, which is totally cool. I did consider the possibility of potentially taking Josh Allen at the 103 if a wide receiver went ahead of me. So
yeah, and I think both of these quarterbacks, I think the most important thing to stress here is even though in domain leagues you see quarterbacks go a little bit lower than other places. So, for example, in domain drafts, Allen and May are technically the average in domain drafts is from the last like 6-7 drafts is 102 to 1 and 104 for those guys. In non-domain drafts, it's 101 and 103. When you're looking at the Flocks expert consensus, is 101 and 104. And when you're looking at Keep Trade Cut, it's the 102 and the 106. So we're actually closer to Keep Trade Cut than anything, to be honest with you. That's not necessarily a good sign. But worth pointing out that there's, even though in domain leagues, like quarterbacks are hard to move, sometimes you draft a quarterback there just to roster them. And sometimes because of how weak your flex spots end up when you draft an elite quarterback, sometimes that does mean that you have to do a 1-year punt with a quarterback in the first round. Again, we'll see what these guys end up doing in terms of their team build. Jaden Daniels obviously went up again. Jaden Daniels had been going in the second round. I've seen him go in the first a couple times recently. And so we'll see kind of where his value settles here. But Jefferson, I love the Jefferson pick. I think he's in for a rebound year with Kyler Murray. I would definitely take him in the 1-2 turn. I would take Genty and Love at the 1-2 turn. Neighbors, I still am confident in long-term in Dynasty. Caleb Williams, I personally like. I guess I should have checked. Nate, is this a 4-point or a 6-point?
I'm checking right now. Yeah. That's so adorable.
Yeah, well, and it wasn't going to change my pick probably anyways. But CeeDee Lamb 2-3. We've seen CeeDee Lamb slide to the mid-second.
Get this. 6-point -3 for interceptions.
Oh, okay. So it's a 3-point passing touchdown for Jameis Winston.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
That was a really good joke. Come on.
That was pretty good.
Brock Bowers 2-4 as well. I'm assuming this is just a half-point tight end premium, so it's 1.5 points per reception for tight end premium.
Yes, half-point tight end premium, and I'm not seeing any point per carry bonus or anything like that. So we've seen no wild bonuses.
I would say we've seen a lot more 6-point passing touchdown leagues more recently than 4-point. I personally prefer probably 5-point over both of them. I think it's a good balance, but wouldn't have changed my pick here. I will say in a 6-point passing touchdown league, getting Josh Allen and Drake May where you got them is a very good value.
You got to be happy about that.
There really is not a bad pick in the first 7 picks. And by the way, Amari Hampton goes off the board there at the 2-5. Bowers, by the way, I'll say this about Bowers. Bowers a little bit earlier there at the 2-4 than I would be comfortable taking him. However, I would probably have been comfortable taking him more closer to the end of the second. But Hampton there, I actually really like Amari Hampton. Now, the one thing about drafting Hampton at the 2-5 is you're drafting him pretty close to his value ceiling, but I think he really is going to return on investment from a production standpoint. Obviously, I will defend my boy's honor at all times. I freaking love Amari Hampton, and so I would take him as high as the 102 probably in Dynasty startups. So I'll take Bijan over him. I'm not an idiot. So. But so far, so normal. Drake London goes there. London, I think, is in for hopefully a bounce back year and probably the best offense that he's been in a long time. Some of the builds we have here, we do have a double running back and a double wide receiver. We've got 2 quarterback wide receiver starts, and then we have a quarterback tight end and a wide receiver running back start. So it's a pretty diverse set of combinations here to start this draft.
Yeah, I think the double running back start on the turn is one of my favorites. At the 1-2 turn that I see pretty consistently. Getting the combination of Genty and Love is very attractive to me. I like it a lot. I think obviously the installation that you have there with both of those guys, how young they are, the draft capital investment that they have, the situations that they found themselves in that really cater to high production upside opportunity long-term is something that you don't really want to pass up in a league in a time in Dynasty right now where wide receivers are elevated so much and are in such high demand. If you can kind of zigzag and get the most valuable at another position at running back, which we find to be actually pretty insulated when you're talking about playing in no more than 3-year windows, like it's a pretty great start.
Yeah, say with the current running back market in Dynasty fantasy football, running backs are as insulated as they've ever been.
Yep.
And you remember 4 years ago, running backs, as we go to dual elite QB start here with Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Good pick.
Those are good picks.
Burrow went at the 2-7 as well. In a 6-point, I'm fine with that. You remember back in the day, when we started making content, we were phasing out of the Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara era of Dynasty running backs and phasing into what we thought was the Najee Harris, DeAndre Swift era. And really what it was a holding pattern where we elevated all of the middest players possible until we got the prince who was promised in Bijan Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs, obviously, and then Genty, and then now Jeremiah Love and Amari Hampton. You think about this, these 5 running backs that you're seeing going at the top of Dynasty startups here, all of them have gone off, or all of them have been drafted since 2023. Every single one of them. So we've kind of seen this is like the dynasty. Nathan, that's really unprofessional. No celebrating.
I did not get quadruple sniped.
No celebrating.
Okay, fine.
This is a video, and no trading above me, or I'll kill you. I'll throw something at you if you trade above.
Hey, you're good. You're good.
Okay,
you're in the clear.
That's true. It's a startup.
Yeah.
We kind of have been living through a renaissance in terms of dynasty running backs, and Nathan's right. I think the insulation of running backs is as high as it's ever gone. And Nathan takes Achane here. Now, the hard part about being at the 211, 212 is you are at the top of a huge tier.
I actually, yeah, like I was worried that Achane, Lamar, Burrow, or London, one of those guys would not fall to me. I almost got quadruple sniped. I did not want to have to take McBride. I was heavily considering taking McBride.
Dart goes there. Dart's a good pick in
this
format.
But Achane obviously just signing that $68 million extension yesterday evening, and makes him one of the top 3 highest paid running backs in the NFL. In a situation that a lot of people find to be not ideal. However, he's been consistently productive for the last 2 years as a top 5 running back in that situation. I don't think Malik Willis is necessarily going to hurt him. I think Ted McMillan is a great pick there. Ooh, excuse me.
You really like that pick.
So I was considering if Achane wasn't going to make it to me, it was going to be between McBride and Ted for me. Mm-hmm. And I think those are really the last 2 guys in the late second round where it's like, almost without a shadow of a doubt, those 2 guys are going to be the ones that you take in the late second that almost never fall, are Trey McBride and Ted McMillan. Ted McMillan is the first non-cornerstone wide receiver that goes off the board in dynasty drafts across the board. I mean, this is pretty much consistent through not just dynasty domain leagues, but through like non-domain leagues as well. We see Ted McMillan usually the number 1 wide receiver off the board after your top cornerstone guys, after Drake London, after CeeDee Lamb, and ahead of, your other foundational assets as well, who we'll kind of touch on as they go off in the 3rd round here.
Yeah, and it does kick back to the 3rd round, and actually Black Lagooner takes Loveland. We've seen Loveland go higher and higher and higher. His average domain ADP across the last 6 drafts is up to the 305 now. It's been slowly climbing since, just a month and a half ago, you were getting Loveland at the 4.4, 4.5 in every single startup you did. I saw him go in 6 straight startups from the 4.3 to the 4.7, every single one. Mm-hmm. And he has jumped not only now like 3/4 of a round, but that's a full round and change jump. Nothing really changed. Nothing really changed. And so it is interesting. Obviously, this is a tight end premium league. And he does grab the oh my gosh, I love his profile picture. That is legitimately my favorite skit of all time.
Wait, whose profile?
Black Lagooners. That's the one. Oh, with the Tim Robinson when they're in court, and he's wearing the fedora with safari flaps on it. What the hell? So I legitimately I live for that.
Shut up, Avery. You're not allowed to talk about anything but every single pick in this draft.
I know. It's distracting. Focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's again, and it's a half point tight end premium. Tight end should be elevated a little bit. Still, Loveland's going as early as we've seen him go right now in dynasty startups. I would not take him at the beginning of the 3rd round. But again, I think Loveland is going to have an absolutely fantastic year. And would it surprise me if he returned on that value? No. It just gives you a lot less flexibility. A, if he doesn't return on his value, or B, if he does but just maintains. He's not going to have a lot of room to go up at that price. Yeah. I did take T-Mac. You talked about it. He very rarely makes it out of the second. He's almost always going 210 to 212 in every single draft. Mm-hmm. And I like making it out of there in the 1st round with a running back and a wide receiver. I like each of those positions. I'm obviously I'm cuckoo for running backs in Dynasty. Like right now, I love collecting them like they're Infinity Stones.
Cocoa Puffs and running backs.
That's literally what it is. Like I can't get those 2 things out of my brain. And so I like getting a running back. But again, having that elite wide receiver as D grabs Carnell Tate here is advantageous as well. And Herbert, you saw Herbert and Mahomes jump up here and go 3-2, 3-3, and that's almost certainly because it's a 6-point league. Normally, these guys would go at the end of the 3rd. And Tate is a guy who, when Dart's not going in the 2nd, and he has been going, Tate's been going to 212 pretty consistently. And I probably would have had to consider taking him if I had gotten. Now, in hindsight, Dart was a good pick, and I probably should have taken Dart if I had thought of it. But it's funny how my my trading card brain is now, because like Dart is like
so valuable.
the king,
Yeah.
like the number one player in cards. And it's like, so now I'm like, oh, Dart, like he's in the second. Like,
big market.
rookie quarterback.
Quarterback.
But
value.
for 6 point, I mean, here's the thing. I think Dart's gonna ball out this year.
Oh, me too.
I mean, he has as
much
like Matt
grief
Nagy
as we give them for Matt Nagy. Oh my gosh, Dart's going to ball. Like
he'll be really good.
The
situation is
that's
good.
a heck of a system for him. Actually,
I love Marinoa there. I loved that pick. It's gonna be great for him. It's gonna be great for Scattaboo.
Yep.
And Emeka Egbuka goes there. And so if I'm looking now, Emeka Egbuka went as the one. That's got to be the tight end 10, right? Wide receiver 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wide receiver 11. So it's not a bad price for Egbuka. Again, you are drafting. We talked about this earlier in the offseason, and then Egbuka went down into the 4th, and now he's climbed back up into the 3rd. I like Egbuka for this year. I don't know if you saw this, but the Bucs were talking about how Egbuka is going to play more Z. Pretty much primarily Z because they're going to put Hurst at X, which Hurst I don't expect to be productive at X in that offense.
No.
But Egbuka at Z is where he belongs.
It's very good.
That's a lot better. So I think he'll do well. Again, I do think well for Egbuka is probably median, like high-end wide receiver 2. So you're drafting him at wide receiver 11. You pretty much are drafting him at his ceiling, with a lot of room to go down. If he does end up being a mid wide receiver 2, he will settle in the 4th, 5th round. And so this is where he was going early in startups, where it was like, it's a little early for us. So who do we want to take here? Well, I don't want to name drop anybody, so I'm not going to tell you. But the Pickens, I do like Pickens in the mid 3rd. Again, with Pickens, you're talking about a guy. With Egbuka, you're projecting. With Pickens, you're looking at last season where he had 137 targets and 9 touchdowns. He was the PPR wide receiver 5. For reference, we're drafting Emeka Egbuka, and he's probably going to be, again, a high-end wide receiver 2, and he has low-end wide receiver 1 upside. Wide receiver 23 in his first year as a rookie. And so, I do like Pickens, and I love the situation for him. I think he's a good pick there. You pair him, from a team build perspective, I like that B. Shrine did go running back, wide receiver. I liked the quarterback and then going double wide receiver here from Famous Tier. And then obviously Trevor Lawrence goes there mid 3rd. And so Bohannon's going to try to pick up and stack quarterbacks. What's your current thought on, obviously we talk about drafting for value and never for team need. Mm-hmm. What's your thought on positional hogging at this point in your dynasty career in the startup draft and trying to use it as trade bait or something? Some people still do that religiously, and some people say that it's a bad idea.
It depends on who you're playing with entirely. If you're playing with sharp league mates who know not to bite when they shouldn't bite, then positional hogging is only going to hurt you because you're going to have to sell those guys at a discount when everybody else has, leverage over you at that specific position.
I think
because whatever leverage you have at the quarterback position, if you were to load up at that position way too much, somebody else is going to have an equal amount of leverage at the wide receiver position where you're super deficient. So at worst case, it just ends up being a total wash. And my pick is up here, and I am going to go ahead and take Bosef Nix.
Rice goes right before
goes
me,
at a 311.
So I will.
So that's kind of my opinion on the positional hogging. I see it work. I do still see it work sometimes. I'm not gonna go, super hard one way or the other though, and say absolutely should be done this way or absolutely should not be done or absolutely does work or absolutely doesn't. Like, it's totally conditional on who you're playing with. And it's not like you have to play with only idiots for it to work either. Like, for example, like we actually did a league once upon a time earlier this offseason where Avery did some positional hogging at the quarterback position.
It paid off
and
big
it
time.
paid off big time in the middle of the draft where somebody really got screwed at quarterback and they ended up paying a heavy price for him. I think a 27 first for like Jared Goff. So it does work. It's just not something that I want to practice very consistently. You gotta be careful when you're navigating those waters.
There's a lot of good picks here for me.
I know.
A lot.
Yep.
And part of the reason for that is because, and rightfully so, in a 6-point passing touchdown league, quarterbacks get elevated so much that I just have a lot of good wide receiver options here. I'm sitting in the middle of a big tier of wide receivers here, and so I'm going to take Chris Olave. I like Olave a lot. He was obviously super productive last year with Tyler Shuck, and I think he's going to be. I think he's going to be unstoppable. I think he's going to be really, really good again for fantasy. When you're looking at his splits with and without Shuck last year,
Olave is
he was great with Shuck.
I've realized Olave's value is elevated very, very much in domain leagues.
Oh, 100%.
He goes in the mid fourth consistently in non-domain leagues.
Yes, he does. He sure does.
Whereas you'll see him go upwards of the mid third in domain leagues.
And then there are like legitimately 6 picks I can make here.
I know that's why
I'm going to go for it. I feel like I have enough insulation. I'm going to take Jonathan Taylor here. It's not my typical pick. There are other guys I like more, but this is definitely a pick that sets me up with Bijan and JT. People will be looking at this roster in the middle of the year, and they're going to be saying, "Oh my gosh, I have to play that team next week." And you have to balance like how much stock you want to put into year 1 of a dynasty league when you're drafting versus years 2, 3, 4, and 5. Typically, we want to look at year 1 and 2. I love JT's 2-year outlook. I'm not sure what it looks like beyond that. Technically, I'm not sure what it looks like beyond this year. But Nico goes there. Obviously, Nico, a super high upside pick as well. And with JT, like again, I'm thinking if I draft JT in the 4th, right now JT is 20. He just turned 27 years old. So I'm probably looking at 3 to 4 more productive years of Jonathan Taylor. If I draft in the 4th, I hold him for the rest of his career, and he gives me a couple more super high production seasons, then and I'll feel pretty good about that. But I still think next year, after getting 323 carries last year, 4.9 yards per carry, I think JT is probably going to pick up where he left off and get a ton of volume next year. And I think it's a move that I can afford to ride out. If he were going in the 3rd, I wouldn't do it. Or early 4th, I'll take Jonathan Taylor and try to contend.
Yeah, then Nico goes at the 4th too. We're starting to see Nico go, and again in domain leagues in the 4th rounds, pretty much constant at this point. Early 4th, high end of where we see him, like 3-4 turn. Low end of where we see him is go like late 4th. Wilson and Purdy were the 2 guys that went off the board. Next, where I was deciding between those 2, I was planning on getting one of those 2 guys on the turn. Wilson, I felt like he was fortunate enough to fall back to me. I could have taken Purdy, though, and I did consider it slightly, just because I know how much people are going to freak out about quarterback on the turn here. So if I had taken Purdy, for example, you would have seen guys getting pushed up into the 4th that would have pushed guys back to me in the late 5th. But Purdy going there at the 4-4 is going to result probably in the same thing. Kenneth Walker going there at the 4-5. Walker's one of those really, really controversial players, honestly. He's probably the most polarizing running back, honestly, I think that we talk about.
Probably.
We haven't talked about him much since he's gone to Kansas City, actually, and what we really think about that. Because it's always, obviously it's a great situation to be in where he's no longer splitting carries with a guy like Charbonnet, but
can he stay on the field?
Can he, now the question is, can he stay on the field and can he, be consistently productive? Because even when he was healthy, he wasn't consistently productive in Seattle. So,
I think unless they've got some kind of magic juice that he's taken in Kansas City where he's not going to get injured all the time.
I think he's one of the most volatile picks in the 4th round.
I think he still has the exact same question marks as he did in Seattle. Part of the reason Charbonnet was splitting as many carries with Kenneth Walker was because Kenneth Walker, when he were to get a higher amount of carries, he couldn't maintain that workload from a durability standpoint. So you still have that question that's looming, even in Kansas City. Obviously, the contract and the scheme is going to be good for Kenneth Walker. He's almost certainly going to be a running back 1 this year. I think there is a world where he's not, and I think that world involves him not being able to play because he's not healthy. But I do love the Garrett Wilson pick. That I almost took Garrett Wilson, but I figured the
JT one is a fine pick. Like
I was.
Do you think I should have taken Purdy?
I thought about Purdy too. I was between Purdy, Wilson, Olave, JT.
50-50 split between Wilson and Purdy. So
no, I think you made the right pick. But I think you're right. I think you made the right pick. There's only so B Shrine. So I'm kind of zigging here. B Shrine's kind of zigging. Both of us are the only teams that don't have a quarterback yet.
Yeah.
And Ladd's a good pick, by the way. I thought about Ladd. I like Ladd McConkey for this year a lot. I think it's going to be much better schematically for him.
Yeah.
Situationally as well with the offensive line improvements there. But
the nice thing about the QBs here on the 3-4 turn though is that Nix and Purdy are usually guys that go off in that range in general anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So like the market value selection of them, even in a 6-point, actually ended up not being bad. Lawrence was the one of that bunch who we kind of consider all in the same tier that went a good bit earlier than both of those guys did.
There goes your baby. Quinshon Junkins.
Yeah, I like the Tyson pick. Chase Brown, I'm going to be totally honest. I am the least comfortable with Chase Brown and his domain price than probably any other pick in this range. He is, again, he could obviously get extended and stick with the Bugles long term. I don't think I've seen a guy that is so dependent on the health and presence of Joe Burrow in his production as Chase Brown is. And I think, like, objectively, he's the least talented running back that goes in the 4th round as well. He is purely being elevated because of situation. Walker has the talent. Judkins has the talent. JT is JT. You're going to see some running backs go here at the 4-5 turn as well, who I think their upside is much higher than Chase Brown. That's just kind of my personal opinion on Chase Brown. Again, you guys asked for it. But
you do.
He makes me feel a little bit unsafe. So
the other two things.
Holy AJ Brown.
Yeah, that's much higher than
I have
AJ Brown
not
typically
seen
goes.
AJ Brown.
That's where his value will peak out.
Yeah.
Once he does get traded. The other thing about the picks that I was making was they were the two. So AJ Brown, by the way, 603 is his domain ADP, non-domain ADP 511, Flock expert consensus 705, keep trade cut 601, and he went at the 411 there. The other two things about my picks at the turn, at least in domain drafts, actually among any source pretty much here. The Taylor and Olave were the two biggest value fallers. It's part of the reason I took them. So it was good for my team build and it was good for value. So it was kind of a double whammy here.
Mm-hmm.
I think I am going to set Roger up here to contend pretty well in year one, while also maintaining a lot of value insulation with Bijan and Tet are two very insulated players. That's why Bijan, I think, maybe the best asset in Dynasty fantasy football. Bijan, you're buying into Christian McCaffrey, more durable Christian McCaffrey 5 years ago. Like I think Bijan is legitimately insane. So Brees goes there 412. Brees ADP normally right there at the 502 in domain drafts. Dak Prescott goes there. He normally goes. Where does he normally go? 503. So those are pretty normal for him when you're looking at non-domain drafts. Yeah, they both go. Dak usually goes 410 in non-domain drafts. Brees goes 412. So what I'm doing here and what you should do during your drafts from a strategy standpoint as well, I'm using our amazing Dynasty domain ADP tool that you guys don't have access to yet, but you will soon. I have my draft synced with it. It's incredible. And if you remember, you'll be able to use that one. I'll drop it on the site. I'm going to drop it this week. I need to get it published. But using ADP sources, using rankings, things like that, but especially multiple sources of ADP. I have 4 independent sources of ADP: domain, non-domain, Flock expert consensus, and then keep trade cut as well. And so I like using all of those. I have a blended mode as well where I can combine all these ADP sources and see what the average is across all of them. So I use that sometimes, but I'm drafting a domain league right now, so I am going to use domain ADP to see how people that watch our show think and try to take advantage there if there are any ways I can take advantage. So I do have a couple guys that have not gone off the board yet that typically go in the 4th round. So we'll see how quickly these value fallers go here. Obviously Dak at the 4-5 turn. I will say this: if you're drafting at the 4-5 turn, Dak is not our favorite there. We loved Dak, buying into Dak last year because he's going 6th, 7th round. And our thoughts last year on Dak were he's going to produce at a quarterback 1 level and jump up in value, so you get the value and the production. And that's exactly what happened. It was he was our most recommended buy on every single team blueprint last year was Dak Prescott. And for contending teams, he was so good. He was so good. The problem now is he did jump up in value, and I don't think he has much more room to go up. I think he's being priced at his ceiling right now. Dak is 32, going on 33 years old. And while he is going to be productive again this year, very productive, he was a quarterback 6 last year in PPR leagues, threw the ball 600 times last year, by the way, 4,500 yards,
Nice.
30 touchdowns. And Brian Thomas goes there, by the way. It's a little bit higher than we see Brian Thomas normally go as well. I think Dak will have another good year, but again, like I think top 5 producing quarterbacks at getting into their mid 30s are almost certainly always going to drop in value going, into the part of his career where he's going. So, I mean, unless Dak's like a quarterback 1 and grows Lamar Jackson legs, then maybe he'll go back up in value. But even then, I don't think so. That's our little nitpick with Dak. I still like him for contending teams, but you are investing closer to the ceiling there. Christian McCaffrey finally off the board. He was on average going at the 410. About 6 picks later than he normally does. And obviously he's a league winner in his own right. He's the running back 1 for Brando there. And I love the insulation with the wide receivers. I wonder about the insulation with Mahomes and McCaffrey though. There's a great Mendoza pick there. Mendoza for B Shrine. I mean, I think what B Shrine is going to have me beat on is he was in a good position to get Mendoza in the 5th, which is just a stellar pick in a 6-point passing touchdown. So he was able to set up kind of a punt QB build, and I probably will have to wait quite a while before I'm probably gonna have to punt QB the whole draft. So, but that's a really good start if you do have in a 6-point. 3 wide receivers, 1 elite running back, and then you get a quarterback like Mendoza. I mean, that's textbook right there. Baby.
Those AJ Brown and BCJ picks and Love pick put us in a really good position.
Yeah, they did. And Love goes there as well. And again, that's the second QB. So everybody's kind of, I mean, look how many teams have 2 QBs right now. And I'm going to continue to zig here. 2 for Black Lagooner, 2 for Famous Deer, 2 for Bohannon, 2 for Skirt, 2 for NDK. So lots of QB lovers right now in this draft in a 6-point. Obviously, 6-point passing touchdown leagues mean that QBs are going to score more points.
You're going to be swimming in value at the turn here, man.
Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. I sure will. Holy smokes.
Yep.
I sure will. We'll see. We'll see who.
Wow.
Man, kind of stinks that you have to
decide. I know.
Decide.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're watching this unfold, and we are going to get some.
Hoping that some of these guys go off the board, so I don't have to decide.
There goes one of them. So that helps. That helps a lot. We'll see who else goes here.
Man. That was a crazy run.
Yeah, it was. Marv even going. Marv had been going. I guess Marv was 5.7 in our ADP, so that's pretty good.
I actually like the Warren pick at 5.7. That's a nice price point for Warren.
Yeah, it is actually. I like it. Again, I think the number one thing with Debo Hannon is obviously running backs are so hard to acquire these days in Dynasty. Coming out of a startup in the top 5 rounds without one of them is very risky. And there goes Burden.
Okay, cool.
Burden's a good pick.
Doing me some favors here.
Burden's a good pick, and Rome was a good pick.
Yep.
Those are 2 guys that were falling that we were, looking at. So.
Okay, I am not sure that I have ever seen this guy fall this far. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, this is still difficult because there's
quite a few correct picks here. I don't think there's a wrong pick.
There's a couple of correct picks here.
Luther, by the way, we like Luther Burden here at the end of the 5th. Way good price for him. I will draft him here all day. It's in you get into the 4th. He was going as high as like the early 4th, and like this is almost 2 rounds later. That's a big difference in price. Totally fine investing here. Not really cool with investing mid 4th or higher. So that's kind of my take. Man, Loveland has gone up and Burden has gone down in our drafts quite a bit recently.
Oh my gosh, dude. I am stuck between these 2 guys.
Just flip a coin. I might.
I'm going to diversify. I'm going to take Henderson.
Yeah, that's who I was going to take.
I never, ever see him go this far.
And Bucky goes.
5'10" for Henderson is... I'm more than happy to take the shot there. Plenty of questions with Henderson. We have been very, very outspoken about the questions that we have about TreVeyon Henderson. Based on what we saw last year. Is his workload going to go up? Can he be productive outside of just his breakaway explosive runs? Can he be more efficient as a runner? And what I'm seeing here is when Henderson is usually going at a price point that's like mid fourth, getting him in the late fifth is a slam dunk in my eyes.
So I'm going to go off script a little bit here and not take a guy that I think people expect me to take. I'll take Price.
That I could not figure out who
I knew that was one of them, but I'm going to make a pick here.
Henderson and Price.
I'm going to make a pick here that, you know, you could categorize as a reach depending on which ADP you're settling in on. But what I'm looking at in this particular league, and this is where you kind of have to draft for your league strengths more than anything, is I'm looking at the quarterback market here, and these quarterbacks are being elevated quite a bit. And so my guess is if I don't take this guy here, he's going to go off the board very soon. And I'm comfortable enough taking him in the early sixth because I think he does have a pretty decent shot of going up in value even from this point. I think he's probably, I'm going to take my risk on a breakout QB this year. I'll take Cam Ward at the sixth one.
Okay.
Who do you think I was going to take? No, actually, you can't say. No, tell me what you thought. No. No, thanks.
Scadaboo's a great pick as well.
Yep. I mean, I really didn't want a fourth running back there. So Mason says he can't believe Nathan passed on Judkins. It was very surprising. And then I asked him about Judkins, and he didn't say a word about him. I think he's kind of moved on. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're up now, right?
Yeah, I am up right now. Yeah, I'm gonna cross-reference a couple of things here.
See, the fun thing about the tool that I built is Nathan doesn't have it yet. So I'm not letting him use it. I'm using it. He would be benefiting from it right now. Oh, man. Although he knows startups well enough to where he probably can get the right idea. It is really nice just to have this in front of me, though, I will say. Especially for like looking at non-domain stuff. Because like when I was looking at Jadarian Price, I was like, okay, non-domain, because I know we like Price, right? Where does he go in non-domain drafts? Well, he
goes around here.
He's going here, if not a little bit higher.
Yeah.
So see, yeah. What's interesting is like,
gosh, dude.
What's interesting in non-domain ADP, he's going in the 7th, which is crazy. In Flock expert consensus, he's going at the 5-1, and in Keep Trade Cut, he's going at 6-12. So it's kind of split there with Jadarian Price. Obviously, you know, we like Jadarian Price. I like Jadarian Price a lot. I think he's super value insulated this year. And then, you know, Cam Ward was pretty consensus, like late 6th. But again, I'm willing to reach because it's a 6 point and I'm seeing these quarterbacks pushed up. I think somebody here would have been comfortable taking Cam Ward. And I think that may mean that I need to update my rankings because I need to make sure I have Cam Ward ranked above the guys I just took him over because I probably would take Cam Ward.
There are about 3 more guys left on this board that are phenomenal picks.
Oh, they're good. You're in a good spot. You're in a good spot.
I went ahead and took Zay Flowers there. At this point, I'm trying to take as many.
I like the Flowers pick a lot.
Guys that are remaining that are.
That's a good
not
pick.
Potentially second options. They're unquestioned first options in good offenses, and obviously one of the most valued positions in Dynasty right now, wide receivers. So that one was a struggle for me. If Scadaboo had made it to me at the 6-3, that would have been a no-brainer. In my opinion, I would have smashed Cam Scadaboo at the 6-3.
Yeah, no, I mean,
but
I know you'd smash Cam Scadaboo. So I knew you were stuck between 2 guys, and then you're going to smash one of them. So that's
just stuck in the middle.
Yeah.
Saquon is another guy that was
all of these picks are very good. I could have taken any of these 4 guys here, and I feel good about it.
Here's my thing: as these guys go off the board, that I think there's no way they fall very much farther now because Saquon was one of those guys. Once you get to the 6th round. Especially once you get to the 6th round, there are very few opportunities to get guys that you know almost without a question are super duper insulated and are going to maintain their value for the next couple of years. Scadaboo is one of those guys. Flowers is one of those guys. Cam Ward is one of those guys, which is why they all went in the early 6th.
Yeah, I loved. And by the way, I looked at my rankings and I had Cam Ward 1 spot off of where I would have drafted. I had 1 person over Cam Ward that I technically had ranked higher, and I moved him up.
Which was who? Flowers or Scat? Oh, you have him ranked higher? Oh, okay. I was like, whoa. Oh, man.
No, I fixed it.
I mean, it's not like it's the hottest take of all time.
No, it's not, but I do, in my heart of hearts, I prefer Cam Ward over that person.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I liked the Flowers pick, though. I really wanted to take Flowers, to be honest with you. And I like Scadaboo, but I would have rather taken a wide receiver or quarterback. When I'm deciding between a tier of guys, and these guys are all in the same value tier, in my opinion, like I do kind of lean towards construction/liquidity.
You know, for drafting on the early part of the draft here, 101 and 103, I don't think we've done too bad.
Actually, I think the 101 103 is actually
shabby.
pretty good this year. So it's a good spot to draft.
I mean, with the guys that we got at the 5'10 and the 5'12, it's not bad.
I mean, here's the thing, Nathan. If you know,
but here's the thing. Usually, in most drafts that we're in, you're trying to decide between AJ Brown, BTJ, and a guy that hasn't gone off the board yet here at the 5'10 and 5'12, and Saquon, right? So, like, this is a unique draft.
No, I actually really like it. I actually really like my team. In fact, like,
I'm happy about mine as well.
I really like it. Like, I really like it. Maybe I'm attached to it. Maybe I love it.
Are you gonna keep it?
I don't know. I shouldn't keep it. Shouldn't keep it.
Tucker Kraft at the 6'5". Wow.
I will say, I know we're gonna, we've done so many drafts.
Well, this makes me feel like I made the right pick when I picked Zay Flowers at the 603.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was the right pick. Again, I would have taken Flowers if I were you. That was my number one pick there.
The guy that I was deciding between Flowers and somebody else just now went. T. Higgins at the 6'6".
Yeah, and again,
in the early offseason, T. Higgins was going 4.5 turn.
Yeah. Really, I think when you look at from like Tyler Warren or Odunze until now, these are guys are pretty much all in the same tier.
Phenomenal range.
And they've drafted this tier better, I think, than other drafts have, because I think a lot of these guys normally go later, and you get guys elevated above that shouldn't probably go above some of the guys that went.
Yeah. I think Higgins and Kyron were great selections there at the 606 and 607. They were no-brainer picks, in my opinion. I was just like I was stuck between Henderson and Price because I have them back-to-back in the same tier. I was stuck with Flowers and Higgins.
And there goes Goff. And here's the thing. He took Goff there. He would have 1,000% taken Cam Ward there if Cam Ward was still available. Yeah. 1,000. Because Mendoza Ward would have been nasty town. And I think most people have Ward above Goff in their rankings. Devontae Smith, great pick. That's the guy Nathan was saying you're normally trying to decide between him, AJ Brown, and whoever else. So 6'9", nice, obviously. But yeah, I mean, again, like I think we'll see when we get to the 7-8 turn. I think I'm gonna look back on the pick that I made and not regret it. Pretty sure. Goff goes there. Goff. That's actually exactly where Goff normally goes. So there technically is a value faller here when you're talking about domain drafts from the last month. There's a value faller. I think he'll go right here. I think he's gonna go in this pick or the next pick, and I'll tell you if he does. I'm almost positive he's gonna go. We'll see though. Very interesting in terms of rankings, though, with this player. I'm going to have to look and see. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I think I'm going
there. Neither am I. I think I might have him ranked over him, actually.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what I said in the mic.
Let me do this thing called a double check.
Yeah, that's what I just did. I just had to adjust my rankings. I'll tell you what I did here once this player goes off the board. I don't want to name drop at all because it would really spoil things here. So, but I'm pretty sure he's going here the next pick. If he doesn't, then I'm a stupid idiot.
Oh, add him back to back.
Which I am stupid.
I'll swap him around.
I did too, but I had one in a different tier and had to move that player down a tier, because he was in a tier with somebody who went off the board a long time ago. So, and I have them both in the same tier back to back now. So. We'll see. I'm wrong on the first one. We'll see if he goes here. I was wrong on the first one. If he doesn't, then we're looking at probably I'm like 100% certain he'll go by the 7-3, but he did not go there, and I thought he might. And Travis Etienne goes there, and he didn't go there either. I'm a big stupid fat idiot. But Javonte goes there.
You're so dumb, dude.
Javonte and Travis Etienne, like you kind of couple them together when Nathan and I are giving trade suggestions on blueprints. If somebody has like, rebuild or reload assets in this range, where like if you're contending, go flex Etienne and Javonte. They're great contending pieces right now.
Yep.
Almost every contending team should have one of those two running backs in their flexes, in my opinion. And if you're an enhanced or elite value team, you're aiming higher than that, obviously, for McCaffrey, Chase Brown, Kenneth Walker. But for a standard value team, those boys are awesome flex spot guys. And you look at it, like that's exactly where, actually, I guess he's going to be in the flex spot for Lozano there. So
Lasagna.
Scott, are you going to puke?
I came down. I asked him if he was okay, like after his puking, and he was like, yeah. And he was like, so you actually have like a throw up phobia? And I was like, yes,
Yeah, he does.
I do. He's like, so how are you gonna do that with kids?
That's my gosh, like, Scott, you could ask
It's like,
me.
man, that's gonna be really tough when you have kids. I was like, yeah.
Can you shut up?
Yeah.
Can you stop asking me hard hitting questions right now?
Because you know I've thought about it.
Oh, I know. That's the other guy that we always recommend. There is Josh Jacobs. Those three guys. That is the trio. Those are the three stooges of contending dynasty teams that are really good.
Except they're not stooges because they do score the points.
They're three dogs.
They do score the points. Probably
We will
attribute dog status to Javonte and Jacobs before he.
And then Jalen Waddle goes there. He pretty much always goes there. Yeah. His ADP I guarantee is like right there. Yep, 7-1. That's exactly where his ADP is.
Smith is another guy that goes consistently lower in domain leagues than consensus market. Yep. Consensus market has him going around and a half higher.
Last 6 domain leagues, his average is 608. So that's exactly where he went. And I know people like the Devontae Smith pick there, but like.
It's a great, I mean, compared to where he goes at market, that is a phenomenal pick.
It's a good pick. I like it too. That's the advantage of having some market value ADP in front of you as well. You would have known that he goes so much higher.
Yep.
I'm about to be like quadruple wrong here because if he doesn't go here, I guaranteed he would go by this point. The person I'm talking about, Jameson Williams, not a bad pick. JMO typically goes right there as well. 7.2 is his average ADP, so he goes right on his average ADP in domain drafts. We're gonna see what Brando does here, though. Again, from a domain draft perspective, there is a guy that is a value faller. There are technically 2 guys that are value fallers right now. We'll see about when they go, but. We'll see. And Baker goes there, so I will eat it. Baker was one of the value fallers there, and Concepcion goes.
Yeah, Baker's a good pick.
I'm eating my words. I'm big stupid fat idiot.
This is almost a full round further than when you started mentioning.
And in terms of the value fall, now we're at almost right around and a half.
Yeah,
it's around and a half value fall here. So, which again, I don't think it's a bad thing that he's fallen here. It's very curious, and I thought he was going to go off the board.
Curious.
Very, 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 very curious.
As Ollivander would say.
Now, the interesting thing here is going to be when we get to the 7-8 turn, because there is a ginormous tier drop-off that is going to happen before it gets to my pick.
Yep.
So I'm going to be... Nathan probably will too, although Nathan, you're going to have somebody fall right into your hands that you're going to die about. Promise you.
I'm watching.
It's going to happen.
We'll see.
It's going to happen. I promise you. Like, I bet everything.
I'll see.
But I'm not. And so last draft that I did, I drafted Kenyon Sadiq. Name drop. You mother fricker, Avery. You mother fricker. You guys didn't hear that. The point is, it gets really bad at the 7-8 turn is what I'm trying to say. Freaking mother fricker, dude. Come on.
And Tootin goes at the 7-5. That's about a round hole higher than I'm used to seeing him go as well. Fannin finally goes at the 7-6. That's what we were talking about.
Good gravy. Fannin was 5'11 in domain
Fannin,
ADP.
again, before the Concepcion and Boston picks for Cleveland, you saw Fannin going consistently late 5th.
Yep, that's right.
That is the biggest faller that we have seen from pre-draft, post-draft.
Tootin does go around high there, too.
That's not true. That's not the biggest value fall pre-draft, post-draft, no. But that's a heck of a fall for a guy who I wouldn't necessarily say is harmed by the Concepcion pick when he was the only guy getting any sort of work whatsoever in that offense last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think Fannin is a good pick.
Yeah, Fannin is a good pick there. It's a good value pick, even if he has lost value, I think. So, but it's gonna get fugly, for lack of a better term. Right now, it's gonna get fugly.
What's that mixed word supposed to mean?
I feel like you can figure that out.
Ugly and what?
I feel like you can sound it out and figure it out.
Oh,
yeah. So you all can say you were here on the live stream where Nathan asked what fugly meant. So.
Oops.
Good gravy. But Fannin is not a bad pick there. It's a tight end premium league. Henry goes there, obviously.
Man, that's interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. A little early for Henry, but I don't mind it. It's his first running back. That's going to be pretty tough from an insulation standpoint, to be honest with you. Pretty tough, not gonna lie.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh, man.
Yeah. You're a lucky son of a gun.
I'm good.
You're a lucky son of a gun.
I'm chilling.
You're a lucky son of a gun. because you got somebody before the freaking drop off, and I'm not going to. I'm getting. I know, Nate. Nathan, how dare you curse on a family-friendly stream? Nathan, come on.
What did I say?
Come on. You kidding?
I said ugly.
It'd be very interesting. I don't know what I'm gonna do, to be honest with you. I'm freaking out. I'm really nervous about the 7-8 turn, guys. I could completely blow this draft right here. But
don't blow it. Don't do it. No.
I'm gonna do it.
Oh man. Now they're gonna make me make a decision.
Yeah, DJ Moore goes. DJ Moore was truthfully somebody I was wondering if I would have to take at the 7-8 turn, which I hate that pick right now. I cannot stand taking him this high. Sorry, Skirt. I don't love the DJ Moore pick. I mean, this is a guy last year. It was a wide receiver. Actually, I think technically he was a wide receiver 3. He was a low-end wide receiver 3.
Well, man, which...
He was the wide receiver 35 last year in 17 games in a Ben Johnson offense with Caleb Williams. Hey, at least he goes to an offense that in the last, 5 years has not produced any wide receiver 1s or 2s. At least we have that going for us. I don't like the DJ Moore price right now in Dynasty. Seems situationally driven and not production or talent driven. Now, obviously, production can be a byproduct of the situation, but there are a lot more factors, in my opinion, than just situation. And
he's taken a lot of steps back from an efficiency perspective. So
I mean, it's a huge thing. And honestly, the Bills are consistently propped up as a situation that produces high-level fantasy assets, when in reality, it's been James Cook and Josh Allen, and that's it.
And they make really bad decisions when it comes to drafting.
True, and it is a new coaching staff and a new, technically a new offensive scheme, an offensive scheme that when we did see, Joe Brady, I think is more promising, a lot more promising from a play calling perspective. So, this guy's deciding whether or not to end your life right here. I can tell by the pregnant pause.
Well, I mean, there's not necessarily, and my life. What do you mean in my life?
By sniping the mother freaking frick out of you. He did it. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe he took Shuck, but that's a good pick.
That's a great pick.
So brutal.
That's a bummer, but it's okay because I did have.
I'll know. I can't. No, you can't ask me.
You're probably hoping that someone makes it
about
to
to pounce, dude.
Yeah. Well, I think it only makes sense that since I have JSN, I would just take Darnold.
Well, now you have to take him because you said his name. So he takes Darnold there. 6-point passing touchdown. Take the Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Yeah, I thought I was going to end up having to decide between Darnold and Shuck there, and NDK kind of made the decision for me. When Avery was talking about taking Cam Ward at the 6-1 and, talking for 45 seconds about the pick that he was about to make and wouldn't tell us who he was going to take, I thought the whole time he was referring to Shuck, and I was like, man, Shuck's been a big riser, but that's pretty rich for me. Cam Ward was good at the 601, but Shuck I totally thought was going to go in like the late 6th here.
Okay.
So
may not be popular, but this is a personal favorite pick of mine right now. I'm not going to take him here because it'll look a lot better if I take him at the A1. Can you imagine if I hadn't taken Ward? Yeah, that's why I did it. I was like, I'm sitting at the turn.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no.
No, I thought it was fine. I thought if you had taken Ward or Goff or even Baker at the 601, I would have been okay with it.
This is the suckiest. Even though I know I have one guy here that I like. Actually, I'm just going to take the 2 guys I like the most. And I took one of them last draft. I took the one of them last draft. I like Alec Pierce here a lot.
Yeah.
The other guy that unpopular take that I love at the beginning of the 8th round this year, and I think is going to increase in value is Kyler.
Oh, that's a great pick.
Yeah. I like Kyler here a lot.
I was gonna take him if he made it to me.
Now, obviously, Kyler's not as valuable in a 6-point as he would be in a 4-point relative to other quarterbacks because he is more of a rushing quarterback. But Kyler's in the best situation of his career, and it's like it's light years ahead of anything he ever saw. I mean, so much improved compared to Arizona.
Yep.
So I like Kyler Murray there, truthfully, and in a range here where I think it's the worst range in Dynasty Stars. I mean, you're taking him next to Stafford.
Goes at the 8-2. I was just looking at Stafford.
So I sniped him. I sniped Ralph. He was going to take Kyler probably because I don't think you take Stafford over Kyler. Obviously, a 6-point Stafford's going to be a cheat code, but for 1 or 2 more years. And then,
man, dude. I am glad wow.
Yeah, Darnold ended up being a good pick there. If you would have gotten Shuck, it would have been game over, dude. You would have had the best draft by far. I could not believe you were gonna get. Yeah, Alex knew who I was gonna take.
I'm in a weird situation now. Very weird.
Yeah, Alex is in the comments, and he knew I was being heavily influenced by our conversation earlier this week, which I am. I like this pick a lot.
Dang that, bro.
Again, I think Kyler, you also is due for a value increase as well, which makes him a nice. You could get a double whammy of contending. It's like a Dak last year. Get a lot of contending points and a serviceable quarterback that you can start in Superflex League, and you get a value and you can flip him later.
Huh. There's a couple picks here that I don't hate, which is why I hate picking here. I'll go ahead and take Sadiq at the 8-3.
Oh, well, we're not reading comments, but if we were, they'd be crapping on you for it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Which is a good pick. Sadiq is a great pick there.
Yep.
Oh, a tight end that got drafted in the middle of the first round just now
in the
with
8th round.
With an elite tight end prospect profile. 8th round? Nah. Again, this is the worst range. Part of the reason this is the worst range in Dynasty drafts, look at the 7-9 to the 8-3 here. What colors do you see? You see red and yellow. Because the best play, you hit the severe running back and wide receiver drop off after the 7-2.
Oh my gosh, am I glad that I have
7-4.
2 running backs at this point, because I would be
yeah.
where I was last draft, which was fine because I was taking value at other positions. But clearly, like, I went the well-rounded route this time around, and it's pretty well-rounded.
No, your rounded is pretty well.
It's pretty rounded.
Yeah. No,
You ended up decently rounded as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
With high running back upside potential.
Yep, which is how I tend to like my builds now with the running back potential over the wide receiver potential. At least with this current market.
Yeah, this is why it's just so ugly here, man. I mean, DeAndre Swift going at the 8-4 right after.
Like, oh, that's cool. You got to start it for another year.
Yeah.
And you better hope Monangai doesn't cut into his workload too much this year. Like, this is far and away. When you get to the 8th round, it's an all-out.
But that's what happens when
war zone here.
Like, NDK is feeling the heat right now because he didn't take running back until the 6th round, and now he feels like he has to take a running back in his.
Or he's not going to contend next year.
Swift or not contending.
And
right.
fact of the matter is, the floor for Barkley and Swift is your 2 starting running backs, assuming you don't make any trades, which is a Dynasty League you could.
Yeah.
The floor is so low
it's
for those
really,
two.
really low.
I mean, these are 2 guys last year when you're looking at Barkley was the running back 14 and Swift was the running back 15. Almost certainly is not going to get it done as a starting running back duo in a Dynasty League. And if you want to be a serious contender, especially when you've got somebody with Bijan and JT, wink. Now, obviously, I'm hurting at quarterback, and you're not hurting at quarterback there. Who is that? NDK. So that's the big difference, right? We prioritize different positions, but
yep.
But yeah, it's just I will point out as we go through the 8th, 9th round here, what I think are the best picks. Addison, I think, is one of the best picks in this range.
Yep.
I like Addison more than I like a lot of these picks. I could have taken Addison at the turn and felt comfortable with it.
Yep. Addison was in consideration.
I've taken a lot of Pierce recently, and I am
starting to sell ourselves on him, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're doing it again.
Yeah, we are. We are doing it again, aren't we?
For somebody that watched him a lot last year, he was really good.
He was really good, and he really was like the 3rd or 4th option in the offense last year, and he was that productive. So I guess like the thing is like he's going to be used like that again. The other thing that
the big step that really sold me from last year to this year and what his potential upside could be is how they used him across the middle of the field.
I know, and
it's like that was the first time I saw him get a target like that at the very beginning of the season. I was like, I've never seen that before, and then they kept coming and they kept doing it. So it was a big surprise, but his development jump from year 3 to year 4 was legitimately unprecedented. Like, it was shocking.
And you have to talk about Tyler Warren in that. It
was almost Nico Collins level.
Tyler Warren had 112 targets in his rookie year, and he's set up without Michael Pittman there to do very well. People I think are thinking, okay, it's going to be Josh Downs. Finally, it's going to be Josh Downs. And for the first time in my life, I think it's going to be somebody other than Josh Downs. I actually think it's going to be Warren. Warren's a great pick in this format. I think Pierce, who performed as the wide receiver 26 last year, 28 in PPR leagues, I think he could, that was in 15 games too, had 1,000 yards. I think he will go from 84 targets to probably 97 to 100 targets.
Yep.
Get another target per game at least. I think there's a chance he gets into the 105, 110 target range. And I think his efficiency is going to continue there. I would expect him to be a wide receiver 2 this year in fantasy football, and that's kind of why I liked him there. And Stroud is a great pick there.
Stroud I almost took at my pick at the 9-3. The only reason I didn't take him is because I like Sadiq just as much.
Take him.
And I had already kind of taken care of the quarterback room there. And again, when there's not necessarily a value faller or there's multiple, it's like, okay, then I'll just go with the one that I prefer or the technical team need, I guess, which was, a position that I hadn't addressed yet. The thing with Stroud is like the reason I didn't take him at the 7-10, which I could have over Darnold, is Stroud has thrown more than 20 touchdowns once. And that was his rookie year when he threw 23. The last 2 years, he's thrown 20 touchdowns and 19. That's like...
It's not good.
I mean, that's
not good.
That's a perfect reflection of what he is, and that's a mid to low end quarterback too.
Yep.
And obviously his ceiling can be higher than that. Like he's demonstrated that, but I really do think his ceiling at this point is a low end quarterback one, which is pretty much the same as Darnold and Baker and Shuck in the limited sample size that we saw with Shuck. And those guys have been doing it, or at least Baker and Darnold have been. So I don't know. It's kind of a tough conversation with Stroud because we've been such downers on him. We don't want to double and triple count how down we are on Stroud because there is a point where you just have to take him because he's going to get opportunity after opportunity. It's not like he's a liability necessarily on his team. He was a liability towards the end of last year. He was horrible. The second half of last year after he came back from his injury. I don't think it can be stressed enough. Like Davis Mills was better than CJ Stroud when Davis Mills played. That's how bad CJ Stroud was at the end of the year. At the beginning of the year, it was a little bit different, but again, it's just like, it's one thing where it's like, man, you don't have the production, you have the poor play, and you have just the positional value of a quarterback in Dynasty Superflex leagues going down quite a bit. And this is a 6-point passing touchdown. You're still seeing him go this low. It's like, man, but do I think he's safer than Daniel Jones? Absolutely. You went 2 picks after him.
Like for the next 2 years, I can have Stafford, who scored 358 points in PPR leagues last year, or Stroud, who scored 216.
Right.
It just makes all the sense in the world.
And the upside, all the upside in the world of Kyler Murray as opposed to CJ Stroud.
And then two picks I want to talk about here. Again, this is a landmine filled 8th round in Dynasty startups this year. A pick I do not like in this range is Christian Watson. Christian Watson is 27 years old now. And his 4 finishes in his
27.
He's 27.
Wow.
In his first 4 years in the NFL, he's finished as the wide receiver 46, 76, 68, and 41 in fantasy football. When you're looking historically at guys who produce at a wide receiver 2 level, wide receiver or high end wide receiver 3, they typically don't do it in the 5th year of their career after doing nothing. Not to mention games played each of his first 4 years, 10, 15, 9, and 14. He's almost always missing time as well. Christian Watson to me is an absolute landmine in Dynasty startups. Now, Daniel Jones next to him is the opposite of that. Daniel Jones I think is a good pick. I think Daniel Jones is going to be a starter for at least 2 more years in the NFL. He was the quarterback 17 last year in 13 games, meaning from a points per game perspective, everybody remembers Daniel Jones was a must start last year when he was playing at the beginning of the season because he was averaging 18 fantasy points per game, which gives you low-end quarterback 1 numbers. You could technically punt QB and go get Daniel Jones, and he give you the same amount of production that you're getting from this year Patrick Mahomes, this year Justin Herbert, Bo Nix, Jalen Hurts, Trevor Lawrence, those guys. Like, that's what you're talking about this year. So I like the Daniel Jones pick because you're going to get at least some super flex level production from him for the next 2 years. And even if he doesn't pan out from a value perspective, you have the production. Yep. Montgomery is a so-so pick. I obviously he's the only guy there. I just think he's extremely limited. And I think, a lot of that is opportunity more than, where he's at in his career at this point. Bryce Young is fine. Malik Willis is fine. They're 2 guys we typically pivot off of because of their lack of production. Bryce Young played a full season last year. He was the quarterback 19, quarterback 20 the year before that. Malik Willis, he was good for approximately 6 quarters and got the contract he did. We have no proof that he's going to be Now, again, this is what happens when you wait too long on quarterback. You have to take somebody. And so Malik Willis is a flip candidate for us right now. I don't think this price is bad. It's just a price where we'll flip him at. Travis Hunter goes 8-12. Kind of sucks. I wish he would have made it back to me, but I love Travis Hunter still. And just because I'm not reading the comments, I don't have to put up with this right now. For the official Dynasty domain record, they interviewed Liam Cohen a week ago, and he was laughing as they were asking him this question for the 50th time because he's like, nothing has changed. He is going to play wide receiver and cornerback. He's like, we have said this from day one. He said he was going to do it. Travis. So after the reports that
that's why they drafted him.
It's fun. I do think it's funny how the media will just make stuff up to make stuff up, because it was Rappaport that said he's going to reportedly play primarily defense and then some wide receiver. And then Travis Hunter quote tweeted that. Travis Hunter's the guy we're talking about playing, by the way. That Travis Hunter, the guy we're talking about, himself. He knows himself. He knows his coaching. He knows the scheme that he's in. He knows the plans that his team has for him. He quote tweeted that report that you guys are referencing, some of you guys are referencing, to say that he's not going to play wide receiver. And he said, who told you that? You know why Travis Hunter said that? Is because he plans on playing wide receiver still. And then Liam Cohen last week in an interview, maybe a week and a half ago, said the plan has not changed. He is going to play both sides of the ball. Travis Hunter last year, when you're looking at, what was it? In week 7, he had 24 fantasy points and an 87% snap share. They had ramped up his snap share for 3 weeks at the wide receiver position. He had 14 targets in the game he got hurt, 101 yards and a touchdown. So you can say all you want that he's not going to play any wide receiver, but he's going to play wide receiver this year. He will. And in the 9th round, you're talking about taking him next to Jonah Coleman, who's splitting a running back room with RJ Harvey and J.K. Dobbins, and went in the 4th round. He has zero insulation whatsoever. So again, it is an upside shot, but I do think it's a good pick, and he's going to play wide receiver. If he doesn't play wide receiver this year, dunk on us. Come back and say he's a full-time cornerback domain. What were you thinking? And we'll just have to say, you know what? We're the biggest idiots of all time. Wouldn't be the first time. But he's going to play wide receiver. He's going to play wide receiver. It's fairly obvious that he's going to play wide receiver, and my source for that is Travis Hunter and Liam Cohen. Yet it amazes me that people are still like, no. Did you hear what Rappaport said? No. I'm like, did you hear what Travis Hunter said? Like, yeah, but Rappaport. And I guess Rappaport hasn't told Travis Hunter what his plans are for this season yet. It must be crazy. Travis Hunter did, by the way, pop into this channel once and leave that comment. So, Kyle Pitts is a good pick there. I actually consider taking Kyle Pitts in the 7-8 turn with as ugly as it was. Kyle Pitts is the best contending tight end. For him to be your number 1 tight end and get him in the 9th, that's a really good pick there. I like Kyle Pitts in the 9th a lot.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts was what, the tight end 3 last year?
The tight end 3, yep.
I mean, he's a great contending tight end with some insulation now on his 2nd contract. Ooh. And he's still super young. He's 25, right?
Yep.
Jeez.
Colts got a Sunday night game.
At home?
Away.
What the frick?
At Kansas City, week 2. Early in the season. There'll be a lot of eyes on that.
So
September 20th. That's like...
You're going to be gone.
Nope. I leave on Tuesday.
The problem is we have to record.
Yeah, I know. We'd
have to record it in Kansas City.
Yeah, we can't do
After
that.
the game, we couldn't do it.
No.
That would be so fun, though.
Yeah, it would be.
Danny and Corey just asked if we wanted to go to the Cowboys game.
I saw that. I put it on the calendar. It's a 1:00 game.
Except for Bush doesn't want to go. So.
Oh, he doesn't?
No, which does not surprise. This shouldn't surprise anybody.
That's hilarious. Danny's like, I'm gonna go. Man, Brissett at the 9-4. That is. Did you talk about the Brissett pick?
No, and I was going to. I think it's a good pick.
Cooper at the 9-7 is a phenomenal pick.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
And so is Wandale. Wandale's a good pick there as well. Flexible level production, famous dude. I would have taken Wandale over Christian Watson.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Golden goes. Golden's another guy. I think Golden is a better pick than Christian Watson just because of the unknown factor. Because Christian Watson, you're 100% sure he's not going to do anything. Golden, he's got some upside. I still generally like to avoid that.
Great
offense.
Adams pick.
Man, Adams made it all the way there. Holy crap. He is such a buy right now, you guys. On contending teams, I will buy Devontae Adams on every team.
I'm pumped about this too. I'm getting the last relevant QB. Ty Simpson, 9-10. Yeah, Adams at the 9-9. That's free production.
That's crazy.
That's free production
dude.
for a contending team.
That's absolutely bananagrams.
Yep.
All right. Well, this is getting interesting. Oh crap! I'm on the clock. RJ Harvey went. All right. I'm gonna check out some ADP sources. Harvey wasn't a bad pick there, actually. He was the market value faller in non-domain leagues. And there are two pretty clear picks here, in my opinion. I don't know if you think that we think that these are the same guys, but I'm gonna do it.
Am I in?
All right, here's the first one. First pick I like here is Michael Wilson.
Yep, that was one of them.
And then the second one is a guy who has fallen quite a bit now. And in fact,
I did think about him.
In non-domain leagues, he's going 2 rounds earlier than this. In domain leagues, he's this fallen a round and a half. And I'm still willing to say that I'm not really worried about this. Ooh, there's another good pick I like here, actually. Hold on.
There are a couple.
Hold on. Maybe I want to take him. Maybe I want to take him. I'm thinking. Man, I really want to take him, but I just don't know what it's going to look like after this. Oh, man, there's a couple good picks here. I don't know whether to do it or not. Okay, I'm thinking. I'll tell you who I'm deciding between once they both get picked, but right now I've got to make sure I pick the right guy.
Dude, that's great.
What? Man, you know what? I'm going to mix it up. I think I'm going to change my mind. Oh, this sucks. I don't like this, though. It's upside shot time either way. I'm gonna hedge my Travis Hunter shares.
Oh, all right.
10-1. That's the spicy pick that I like recently here at the 9-10 turn. Obviously, I'm drafting him to be a bench player. He's my first player off my bench. I'll talk about the guy that I was gonna take when he goes. So.
Yeah.
I changed my mind after I started talking there. I like P. Washington a lot right now. So I like Parker Washington on teams where I have Travis Hunter because the nice thing about Hunter is, again, he's going so cheap. Why not just hedge it? If Hunter's not productive this year as a wide receiver, Parker Washington is going to be productive as a wide receiver. Like, I promise he will. I'm 100% sure he will. So it's going to be one of them, and you can get both of them for 9th and 10th round prices. It seems like too good of a deal for me. Oh, man. Man, I can't believe Adams went that low. That's nuts. Adams below Terry's wild. I wonder if I'm going to regret not making the pick that I wanted to make, but we'll see. I don't think I will. We'll find out here after this round, I think, but Harvey, I don't know what to think about. He was the value faller technically. I just don't even know. Part of me just doesn't want to draft him at all because I hate falling into, the uncertainty of the running back room. So let's see who Ralph P takes.
Who's he going to take? Mike Evans at the 10-2.
Mike Evans is a good pick.
Yeah.
Thought about it.
I rarely ever make this pick. But in the 10th round, I'm okay taking the shot, and it's not because I believe in him necessarily, but it is because it's that time of year, folks. Post NFL draft, middle of May, about to hit Memorial Weekend, race weekend. And after that, we are smack in the middle of the summer when people get bored and people start looking at camp news and people start looking at what coaches are saying. And all the talk is going to be it's Ricky Pearsall's year.
Yeah, I was going to say Ricky Pearsall's the camp hype guy.
That's going to be the camp hype guy, hands down. I guarantee you from now to training camp when the startups happen in August, you're going to see Pearsall go in the 8th round. So If you're not getting 8th round prices for Pearsall, early 8th round prices for Pearsall, it's really not worth moving him at this point in time.
I agree. I do be agreeing with that. It gets ugly after this too.
Was that the guy that you were considering?
Nope. I did consider him.
Okay.
Nope. I'll tell you when he goes. I think I know where he'll. I think I know.
I'm looking at like 4 guys.
I know. Nope. Nope. Yep. No. So I'm gonna. Well, we'll see. We are gonna find out.
People put way too much stock into that.
Yeah, I personally have no problem taking him where I was going to take him.
Yeah, I have no problem keeping him ranked where I have him ranked.
Well, that's why I was
Nothing changed.
Well, that's why I was gonna take him.
Oh, there he goes. Okay, I
I
thought he would fall further.
Yeah, he's a good pick there. That's who I was going to take.
People are putting way too much stock into the David Njoku signing.
I just have so much
way
Gadsden.
too much stock into it.
I needed a Washington. I didn't have enough Washington. I had too much Gadsden. I'm going to diversify a little bit.
Washington was going to be my pick if you didn't take him. I thought you were going to take Pearsall or another guy that has not gone yet. And Washington was going to be one of my considerations. Kittle's another good pick.
So,
do you want to wait until we go all the way to the turn again?
No, I mean we'll finish this round out and then we'll be through. So we'll start taking comments now. Again, we did go every pick there, so hopefully you guys who wanted some startup advice, we'll do one of these a month so we can point you to this video for Dynasty startup analysis. Kittle's a good pick there. I thought about taking Kittle. Obviously, Kittle's a cheat code on a contending team because but I can get a contending tight end on this team anytime. So we'll see it through this round though. Alex said you'll really like the fantasy playoff schedules for Kyler and Ward. That makes me extremely happy. I love that we're to the point now in the offseason where we're thinking about playoff schedules. Like that's gonna be because the schedule just came out.
I love the playoff schedule for Jacoby Brissett.
the schedule just came out tonight, didn't it?
I'm kidding. Yeah, the Colts just released theirs.
Okay, good.
So we got Baltimore at KC, home against Houston, technically at Washington, but we're overseas.
That's in London.
And then we've got at Pittsburgh. That's an automatic
loss.
Automatic
we lost
L.
that game. Frick.
Home against Tennessee, at Minnesota. That'll be fun.
Ryan Bread Bowl.
At the Jags, you can pencil that in as an automatic loss. Literally, whatever money you have allocated to like betting every single week, bet all of it on the Colts losing in week 8 against the Jags. We haven't won in Jacksonville.
And Jags are going to be minus money there, and you're going to take it anyway. So you'll bet 100. You'll bet 100 to win 10. You'll bet 1,000 to win 100.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
you'll
do it.
Hosting the Cowboys, hosting Miami, at Houston, hosting the Giants, at Philly, at Tennessee, hosting the Bugles.
Oh man.
At Cleveland and hosting the Jags. We have a good slate of non-division home games this year.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Baltimore, the Cowboys, the Bugles, and the Giants. Those are all very popular
Those
teams.
Are good.
And then the Dolphins.
But we lose to Malik Willis.
That's pretty decent.
I'll kill somebody. That is very interesting. I'm very excited to get in a playoff schedule mode here. Why are people scared of Njoku with Gadsden? He has a $3 million contract. Gadsden's the third best receiver on the team. I tend to agree with you. I think it's a pretty good take. I like the Chuba pick. That's pretty solid, by the way. He'll probably be the top running back. Do minicamps change your opinion on Fields, Brazel, or Stribling? Minicamps will never change my opinion on any player, no matter what, ever.
I honestly, when you said that about those players, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I do know what you're talking about because I follow the hype enough, and still, I can't come up with any viable examples of minicamp buzz actually turning out to be 100% correct.
The only anti-hype that I've seen is Casey Concepcion dropping that ball, and people were losing their minds. And literally victory lapping about how, I was so right about how KC's a bust. Are you kidding me?
So no, that doesn't change anything. I was reading something today about how schematically Stribling is going to be the guy left out in that offense, actually. And Mike Evans is going to be the one who flourishes from the wide receiver position, which makes sense with the amount of 12 and 13 personnel that teams are running now and what the tendencies are for.
Yeah, I mean, that's not surprising.
Obviously, new offensive system technically, but it's still Shanahan. So
yeah.
OSU versus Indiana in Indiana Dynasty Domain meetup. Yeah, people are here. We'll give you the tailgate location. We'll obviously be there. So
yeah,
we have between the business and my tickets that I bought, we have 6 season tickets this year to IU football. So
how about that?
They won't even let people on the wait list because there's so many.
Wow.
So they're like there's not even a wait list for IU football right now. But I'm pumped.
We'll be there for that game, and then
2 lucky individuals.
2 lucky individuals.
Yeah.
Probably your dad and my dad.
Probably, yeah. They're calling out Stribling for catching with his body, not his hands. I honestly don't even care about that one.
Who cares? Yeah.
I think any negative thing coming out about Stribling during camp is not a knock against him. It's not just positive things aren't true. Negative things don't matter either. Stribling is not going to catch with his body. Like, he's a competent wide receiver that's going to catch with his hands. He's a wide receiver that was drafted for a role that's not fantasy productive or conducive to fantasy scoring, but he's still a competent wide receiver prospect. So if there's Oregon versus Indiana, shoot the invite, wink, wink. Yeah, I know. Although that's also going to be that'll be next year. That'll be a very, people are going to want those tickets. I've already had like legitimately 5 people ask me about the Ohio State tickets. I'm like, bro, like, are you going to the Ohio State game? Like, yeah. Seriously? The biggest college football game of the year? Yeah, I'll probably go to it. In Bloomington? Yeah, probably. Algier goes there. Jaden Higgins goes there. Yeah. Good draft though. I do like the team I drafted. I think it's I think we both did pretty solid in this one. So who won the poll? Oh, I did 56% who will win. That was 250 people. Okay, so I got a slight edge. Now let's do a post poll reflection.
Who won?
Let's do a post mortem. I have a BOFA option too because actually I like your draft. So.
Oh, thanks. That's very nice of you.
Yeah. I like a couple drafts in here, honestly. I tend to like the front side of the board, though. I tend to like the front side of the board. I think 4 had a good draft. You had a good draft. Yeah, there were some tough picks at the later end of the board but I like some of those teams a lot too. So, oh, Nathan, you're winning. Congratulations, man. You're killing me. I don't think I did that bad.
Well, you had to pick one. It doesn't mean you did bad.
No, I know, but I figured it'd be close. I figured it'd be a lot closer than that. I like my draft.
I think people generally gravitate to the team that looks the most well-rounded.
That's always true, actually.
So
always true.
That's
I don't have a tight end. It's killing me.
Fuji Apple said, I just joined and voted for Nathan just because I have no context whatsoever.
That works. Where's the Lagooner at?
That's pretty good.
Lagooner's at the turn. I worry about the insulation on that team quite a bit. But yeah.
I have to pee.
Do you guys think ETN's value will go up at all if and when Kamara's cut post June 1st, like it looks like he will be? I don't know, but I was gonna say I'm not sure he will get cut, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he does. Is the thing. Like, it doesn't matter if he does. I don't think ETN's value will go up. Yeah, he really, really wants to stay in New Orleans for his entire career. I also don't think Kamara is affecting ETN's value at all. I think ETN's a non-factor right now. Yeah, we will take trade questions and team reviews tonight as well. So. Interesting. All right. Oh, yeah, and I'll post the link for that as well. There you go. Nathan won the poll. Screw you guys. Don't ask me for anything ever again. I'm gonna let Nathan start talking all the time. Where are we at here? All right. Let's get it started. And all right. There we go. Is Neighbor news scary for Dynasty? No, if anything, it makes me want to buy low on Neighbors in Dynasty, honestly. Like, especially rebuilds and reloads. Contending teams, I can see why you don't want to have Neighbors for this year. I could definitely understand it. Eli says, how do I get in a Dynasty League with the domain community? Well, if you're a member, then all you need to do is go to the Discord. And once your Discord is synced as a domain motherflocker, then you're going to have access to the domain leagues channel and you can get into leagues there. We're going to up our league frequency here a little bit. Here later, I know a lot of people want in leagues right now, so we're gonna release a few more. So we'll have more leagues starting next week. So 6 primetime games for the Seahawks. Well, that's what happens when you win the Super Bowl there, Zom. Must be nice. Ooh, I'm gonna show you guys my case hit. Hold on. Let me get it.
3. I'm sure it'll climb. But yeah, Avery's every time I come back into the studio, there's about 100 more cards on the table. So you got them all organized. Yeah. Got some good ones in the case up there. Yeah. All right, let's see him, Willis.
DDS, appreciate you, man. Okay, the best cards I've gotten so far. Boop, there's that. Use my camera. There you go. That's a Brock Bowers auto to gold to 275. So not super low, but it's very cool. Just sticker auto. That was cool. I pulled it out of a mega box. This is one of my favorites. JT to 50. I forget what this pattern is called. It's gold geometric, I think. The JT to 50 was nice. And then the Caleb Williams Urban Legends was my case hit out of a mega box. So I'm pretty. Cards are paper gambling. You damn right they are. I love it. Those are a couple of my better pulls from last week. So I was excited about the Brock Bowers auto. I liked that one. I pulled that on the first box of the case I bought of Megas. So all right, let's jump over and start with trade questions. Okay, SMS, what's up, SMS? 27 mid and a 27 early mid for Scatta, Boo Boo, and Hunter. So this is, we made a video today talking about 27 first. If this were a late first, I'd probably be comfortable with it. I think right now I would probably hold the first. I think you're going to get a value equivalent guy to Scatterboo next year, and you're also taking on some risk by trading for these two players right now, where you could just, I think if I were going to trade my 27 first and second, I would much rather just trade them for somebody that either hold them or trade them for somebody I'm getting a serious value in. Nathan, do you agree you're making this trade?
Man. I think that's so close. I would probably lean just holding the picks right now.
That's where I'm at as well.
With the way those picks are going right now, in terms of value. There's value upside inherently with Scatterboo and Hunter as well, but it's guaranteed in the first and the second. So
yeah, I would just hold. Again, anytime it's close with picks, we just lean the picks. Yeah. That's the thing there. So, all right, Spads, what's up, man? In a 14 team, 3 flex full PBR league, I have picks 3 and 4. My best running back is Tootin. Wide receivers are JSN, Burden, and QJ. Do I go wide receiver, and then load up or wide receiver price at 3 and 4? 14 team, 3 flex full point PPR. I think I'd lean just taking the value there. I know you don't have the running backs, but the wide receivers are holding a lot more value right now. So as long as this isn't a point per carry league or something like that, I would take whoever's left of Love, Tate, Tyson, and Lemon. That'd be my pick. So give him a couple free trade questions. We appreciate you. DL Mar, possibly contending this year, next year, worried about depth. Do I hold Neighbors? Is this good value? No, I would not trade Neighbors for this. I would hold Neighbors. That you're selling at a bad time for Neighbors, and in your format in a 10-team start 8, he's the best player in this deal, and you don't want to trade him for this. This is for Rice and Hall straight up, and I just don't like the down tier. So I would hold Neighbors here, DL Mar. So Tyler sells, but not this time. He's feeling conflicted. and he would be selling Bowers for, yeah, no, I don't like this. You're giving up the best player in the deal when you're looking from a value standpoint. I'll say AJ Brown and TreVeyon Henderson cancel. You're trading Bowers for way, way, way too cheap there in a tight end premium. So I would not do this at all. I would not do this at all. Galley Boy, Garrett Wilson, TreVeyon Henderson, and Denzel Boston here.
No,
I would hold Wilson for sure.
The down tier plus isn't good enough on top of Henderson here.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, drop a like on the stream. We have 73 likes. If we hit 150, we'll do a blueprint giveaway tonight. So of course, drop a like on the stream, and make sure you're subscribed. You have to be subscribed to win the giveaway as well. Okay. Next question here: the 27 early first projected 101 or 102. And okay, so the 101, 102, and a 27 first. I wouldn't do this, Nate. If it's the 101, 102, and 27, you're adding another 27 on top for Jefferson. I'd much rather just take my shot, my 1 and 2 chance at Jeremiah Smith here. And if it is 101, 102, I would hold.
Yeah. If you have those picks, odds are you're probably a future value team, right?
Yeah. And the other thing is here, like, even if it's the 102, which you're saying it's the 101, 102, so I'll take you at your word for it, HAs. If it's the 102 and you pay the 102 and a 27 for Jefferson, next year that's at best going to be fair. I wouldn't do it. If that first were not projected to be top 2, and even if there's a chance it's not top 2, I think it's a much better trade. But if it is a top 2 pick, then a top 2 pick next year will be valued very high. So, okay. On a blueprint you guys did this week, of recommended trade is a player plus a pick. We guys think at 26 or 27, we already did our rookie draft. It depends. What was your value share on that, Governor Sam? What pick? Usually we specify which pick. So what was your value share though? The 27s were fine on certain teams. Ramondre Stevenson and Jordan Tyson for Quinshon Judkins and Michael Pittman. I would hold Tyson here. I'm not trading Tyson for Judkins right now in Dynasty. I would much rather have Tyson. Pittman and Ramondre are nothing in this one. Odunze at 27 late and then 2 seconds for Lamb. I'd probably take Lamb here. Even in a start 11, I would take this. A late first, yeah, I would do it.
Yep.
Zom adds to contending move. Adds to contending more or no? What does it need? Okay, so I mean, I actually like this.
I would take Neighbors.
I would take Neighbors. Yep. I would just take this. I don't really care about 6.4%. We're not having you trade your picks. We probably were having you trade your 26s.
Probably some of your late ones.
Yeah, but he said he already had his draft, so that might be the problem. So you want to look at his blueprint real quick and see.
Yeah.
If we did do that, the pick was, okay, Olave for Price in the 110, and the rookie draft is already done. So we'll swap that out on your blueprint right now and give you it. We'll swap out the 110 and give you something else. Wait, so you would be getting a pick there, right? Not trading a pick. Or were we telling you to trade the pick for Olave? Let us know. We'll go in and make that adjustment. Harvey and Golden for ETN. I would take ETN here. Fine up tier in a 10-team start 11 for a contending team. I like this.
No. We said Olave for Price and a 27 first. Not a
go.
26, not the 110. So
does it say the 110?
No.
No, I'm asking on the.
I think he's saying he got an offer, right?
Maybe. I don't know. Let me know if it does it say the 110 on the blueprint or does it say 27 first? Maybe it's a rendering thing. Oh, meant trade was Olave for Price in the 110. It said. Can you send me a screenshot of what that says, please?
Yeah, if it said that, we're gonna fix that for you.
Yeah,
because that was not. It's not supposed to say the 110.
Jaden Daniels, Luther Burden for Bo Nix and Colston Loveland.
I remember doing that team review for you, and I specifically selected the 27 first. So
I would rather have Daniels here, wouldn't you?
Daniels and Burden for Nix and oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I don't. The trade calculator's on crack on this one. I would much rather have the quarterback.
It's because of the overalls with Burden and Loveland.
Okay, Javonte, Mekhi Lemon, Marvin Harrison Jr., and Brian Thomas. These are freaking beefy ass trades, guys. Holy smokes. I don't.
So let's say. Let's say
Mekhi Lemon,
Marv and BCJ cancel with Tet, and then the late first for Lemon, you hold the lemon side here.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think you're getting enough. There's too much crap in this deal.
There's way too much.
Take out Willis.
Chuba,
take out Hubbard. Take
Myers,
out Myers.
Honestly, even Pierce.
Take out Pierce. Yeah, you've got too many. Oh, you just want. Oh wait, you pulled this off. Okay, what side did you get?
Oh, you got the Marv side? Yeah, no, this is a good deal. He said I got the Marv side.
Yeah, I would definitely take the Marv side here.
Yeah,
that's good.
You fooled him on all the crap in this deal.
Yeah,
so,
you did.
Nice job.
You gave away garbage in this deal, so that's really nice. All right, Alex has got one here for us.
Caleb Wilson mid first for Allen. Yeah, I'd take Allen.
I would take Allen here. Yeah, I like Caleb Williams, but I would take Allen here.
Submitted this earlier. Wanted to hear live thoughts.
Okay.
Javonte and Gadsden
so
for Tyler
Warren.
This one
earlier.
Yeah, I said this.
I would take.
I said I would easily take Warren here.
Yep.
I mean, if you're seeing where Gadsden just went in today's startup, he went in the mid 10th round. I don't care. I'm taking the better tight end. I think the opportunity that you're getting from Warren with his current market value, even in a non-tight end premium, I'm taking him over the plus on. It's really the plus on top of Javonte that isn't good enough for me. Like, I'm not even viewing it like, oh, you're down tiering to Gadsden. Gadsden's a 10th round asset.
He wants to know if it makes him too weak at running back. Does it matter?
I would just take the value one.
Let me see the team. I don't. In a non-tight end premium, I'm not sure how big of a value one that is to be.
I mean, that's a 7th and 10th round asset for a 5th rounder.
Yeah, but he's not going in the 5th and non-tight end premiums. I probably wouldn't take one.
I mean, but neither is Gadsden in a non-tight end premium.
No, that's true. I'm pretty much thinking of it as Javonte for Warren, which I think they both go in the 6th round in a non-tight end premium league. No, but you got the depth to do this is the thing. I would do it. You can definitely afford the tight end there. I'm fine with it. I think it's fair though. I think in a non-tight end premium they go very close together. So my rankings are TAP in a TEP league that's not even relatively close. Odunze in a 27 for James Cook. No, I'm not doing this.
No.
Nope. Please hold.
Yeah.
Please hold. All right, and then Devon Achane for Kenneth Walker and Rashee Rice. That's probably fair. Yeah, I'm okay with it. That's a fair trade. All right. Gaetano
Vernie at yahoo.com.
There you go. Don't we just email?
What?
Don't we just whole email?
Well,
the Chargers schedule release was good. No, it's not. That's why we take it out.
Oh, that's actually funny.
Yeah. I'm excited to watch the Chargers schedule release. It's always very good. Chargers social media.
They said it was Halo themed, I think.
That's funny. Oh. Okay. Team Bloopies. Here's the link. We've got 3 in the queue. You'd be up very soon. And yeah, any new members, if you would like to get a free team blueprint and join the community, you do get a free team blueprint when you come and join Domain. Basically, we're going to give you your production share and value share, give you your value and roster archetype based on that, grade your positions, draft capital, and then give you moves that follow the analytics that we do on the top part of your blueprint. You'll get infinite blueprint, a new update on that blueprint every month. Trade calculator, the bakery, the portfolio tool. You get one-on-one access to Nathan and I. You're going to get a rookie draft blueprint if you haven't had your rookie draft yet, the True Ranks, the Domain Discord, the League Network, 3 free trade questions as well. It's about $18 more than just getting one a la carte team review. You can get all site access and get a free team review included with that. And so again, that's code Domain. Gets you full access to our entire site for the entire year. Plus you do get the one review from us and then a review every month after that as well. It's best deal in Dynasty. It's not super expensive. If you can swing it, it's a great community. And we try to give you as much value as possible with that. And so you can get a free live blueprint tonight. If you do sign up during the stream, use code Domain. We can put you up here, do your blueprint live for free. We'll upgrade it for you. And make sure we get any questions from you as well while you're here on the stream with us. You can hear us talk about the team. So, okay, let's do this.
OJ's Glove Company.
OJ's Glove Company.
That's a team name
That's
right there.
a team name of all time right there. I like it. Okay, so it's a half-point PPR. Okay, so this is a half-point PPR running back, full-point PPR wide receiver, 1.5 PPR tight end premium. It is a super flex. It's a 6-point. My league just finished our startup draft, so I want to say thanks for all y'all's help. You're very welcome. Use your 26 draft strategy video and multiple others to draft. I built a team around wide receiver liquidity that can compete now and in the future. Thanks. Well, you're welcome, my man. Also, are you here in the comments? By the way, I'm gonna say it's Gaetano, which is a very cool name. It sounds Italian. Gaetano Vernie. That sounds like an Italian name. But if you are here, say hey in the comments, man. We would love to hear from you, and also that way you can ask us questions. And I was gonna also tell you, if you watch this later, I'll tell you the same thing. You did pay for a full price team review. You are approximately $8 away. If you want to get this refunded and do the membership instead, you can get access to the site for the entire year and get infinite blueprint on this as well. So if you'd like to do that, just reach out to us on Discord or open a ticket on Discord, and we'll help you switch over. I think it's well worth the extra $8. You get a lot more value with it. But let's take a look at your team, OJ's Glove Company. Again, 12-team Superflex, like you said, half point PPR. It is a full point tight end premium. Yeah, and it's a tiered PPR. 7.7% is production share here. It's 7th in this league. Lots of sevens there. 10.3% is your value share. That's first in this league. You got Jalen Hurts, you got Cam Ward, you got Kyler Murray. I love that room for this format. It's a 7. Genty, Brees we'll give that a 7 as well. JSN, Tate, Odunze, Tyson, and Downs, we'll give that an 8. It's really good. And Travis Hunter down there as well with Terry McLaurin. 1 at tight end, you don't really have anybody there. You've got Kelsey and Claire. 27 first, 28 first. Draft capital's a 3. Bench is a 1. Overall, we'll go 5.2 here, and I think we just go standard value. We're going to have to get your production share up quite a bit here, and so it's going to be like making contending moves. Part of the reason your production share is a little low, though, is because you've got Tate and Tyson here that really aren't being counted heavily. You've got guys that are expected to make jumps into this year, like Genty and Ward, that aren't being counted super heavily as well, even Kyler. So I feel pretty good about this team. It's a contending roster. And I think, you're flexing. You've got 2 flex spots in this league. You're flexing both wide receivers. I think we're going to make some moves for some more running backs in this team. And you could also just move a quarterback for a running back as well. But the one thing with that is I don't necessarily think the depth is the issue. However, you could move one of your depth wide receivers for a tight end as well, like a Josh Downs level guy. I'll let you decide which running backs we want to go after. I think keeping JSN and Tate on this team is probably good. It would be one of Odunze and Tyson in that range that I'd probably be comfortable pivoting for a running back.
Yeah, probably Odunze. It really could be either. Tyson, you're looking more at like James Cook JT. With Rome, you're looking at like the tier below that with your Judkins and your Prices and Brees you already have, but those types of running backs in that range. So could give you ideas for both, honestly.
Hey, Tyler, don't worry about it. We'll either give you free stuff or we'll give you it back. Don't worry about that, man. We'll take care of you.
Okay, so other possible moves here. Would you say up tier from Downs? Or move them?
You could move him for just a tight end.
Yeah.
I thought about. So.
Yeah, we could do that.
Because you just have a lot of wide receiver depth here.
Yeah. Do you want a down tier from Hurts?
I don't think you need to.
I think you just pivot from Hurts.
I think you just pivot.
All right, we'll pivot from Hurts and we'll just go to some other QBs that we prefer in that range.
Keep these 3 QBs.
Knicks or Purdy or Dart.
Fuji says, I feel like people undervalue Odunze in redraft and best ball. Is same true for Dynasty. Yes. Yeah, in domain leagues, it's a little bit more balanced because we've pushed some Rome hype. But yeah, typically people are not in on Rome Odunze at all, which I think is sad, but whatever. Yeah,
Gadsden is a guy that we've been talking about a little bit that you can move downs for. Pitts is another one. Pitts would be the high end. Stowers is another guy you could look into. Jake Ferguson as well. So we got that Hurts pivot to a QB that we just like more. Knicks, Purdy, and Dart. I think that they're all equally all 3 of them are together more insulated. Rome Odunze for a running back, being Quinshawn, like I mentioned, Walker. You might even be able to get Price Plus depending on what the price point is for Price in your league. And then the pivot from downs to a tight end for like Pitts or Stowers or Gadsden. Have you seen him in the chat?
Nope. I don't think he's here. So if you do have questions, obviously feel free to follow up with us or in the Dynasty channel on Discord. Those are 2 great places to get your questions answered. But yeah, we appreciate you, man. Let us know if you do have any questions or follow-ups. And yeah, let us know if you want to convert this to a membership and we'll do it for you. So people are talking about the Raiders schedule release video, so we'll have to watch that once we're done here as well.
Calling out Denster. Let us know if you're in the stream here.
Yeah, man. And Tyler Sells is here, by the way. And I know he got a live. He's also a new member. So Malik or Mike Evans here.
Malik.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would take Malik Willis, which is funny because how's he so buried in my overalls? Let me check that. That's honestly
probably the QB tier breaks.
I know, but I fixed that. I've multiple times in my Superflex, especially. Let me fix that real quick. I'm looking to see if it's 100. It is 166. Man, Bryce Young is buried down here too. Holy smokes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this is our first call out for Denster. Let us know if you're in the stream here. JJ Kirk. This is, I think, free blueprint 2 of 10 from the prize that he won on the all night live stream.
Nice.
He said new teams fresh off a startup draft. No trades were made. So just let the draft come to me. Some moves were good. Others maybe not the best. Looking for ideas to improve what I got started here. Appreciate all your input. Yeah, from the results that you sent me, at least in your DMs, I was pretty dang impressed on the draft results here for your team.
Yeah, and we did get a theory question I want to answer real quick in the comments. Can we expand on the idea of a pivot specifically for a rebuild? So a pivot again is just moving to a similar guy at the same position or a different position, but in the same value range. You're just making a swap. And a pivot for a rebuild, and a good example of that, like let me just look at our ADP here. A good example of like a pivot for a rebuilding team is pivoting from DJ Moore, who you own at 7th round prices right now in value, who's almost certainly going to drop in value, to on a rebuild going and getting Tyler Shuck, Casey Concepcion, Kenyon Sadiq, guys who are going to go the opposite way in value. And so a pivot, it's just based on your team build, and it's all about chasing value, especially on teams where you need to stack value. So hopefully that makes sense. The Ray Finkel football camp.
What's up, man?
Denny's here. He's good.
We got you.
Appreciate you, man.
Welcome.
We got you. You're up soon. Okay, so this is a 10 team. It is a super flex. This is a full point PPR league. It's a half point tight end premium league, which you got nice tight ends here. You've got a nice tight end. 9.7% production share is 5th in this league. And 9.8% value share is 7th in this league. So you got Lamar, you've got Brock Purdy, you got Stafford. That's a 7. I like that a lot. I love that room. Hampton, Scadaboo, Jacobs. I like that. That's an 8. JSN, Tate, Higgins. Another JSN, Tate foundational here. That's a 6 though. You got less depth than the last team. Tight ends are an 8. Tight ends are real good here. You got all your picks. Draft capital's a 3. Bench is going to be a 1 or 2. 6.4 is the overall here. And we'll just go. Man, the value share's low. Why is that?
Standard value, well rounded.
I think it still is a standard value team.
Yep.
It's weird. Weird that it's
a 10 team.
I know, but it's still slightly below expected, and I would have expected this.
I would have expected it to be a little bit higher.
10.5.
Yeah.
Contend here. I'm not worried about it. This is probably one of the only times I've ever looked at value share and been like, that doesn't add up at all. I guess it's a pretty steep drop off from a value standpoint after Hampton and Tate at both your running back and wide receiver positions. So it kind of does make sense.
Yeah.
But either way, I think you're going to contend. I like this team a lot. I like the build of this team quite a bit. You technically have a flex spot. You're using it as a wide receiver and a flex spot for a tight end. So we need to maybe get some more running backs there. Although I love Adams and I love Kittle, so you can't trade those guys away. If anything, I would trade Kraft probably.
I think I would too.
I don't love trading Kraft.
I don't generally trade Kraft.
Generally, I'm very anti-trading Kraft, but on this team, I think it's the best move. It's a roster construction based move here. I would trade Kraft straight up for a running back in that range. And there's a lot of good ones. This is kind of the advantage of that there.
Is this a tight end premium? It is a tight end premium.
Yeah.
Okay. So Saquon and Kyron are probably the top 2 guys that we'd be targeting there.
Yep.
And for as cheap as Price just went, I mean, golly, go target Price. See how much he costs. What do we do at QB? I think we're gonna down tier from Lamar.
Yeah.
I like your QB room. We gotta figure out wide receiver 3 and flex here. So we'll take Lamar, move down to Dart, Knicks, or you could even do a small one to like Mahomes. The Mahomes team has J-Mo. The Dart team has AJ Brown. The Bo Nix team has Chris Olave. I would look into all of those and see what you could possibly get done there. What's up, JJ?
No, you're good. We're just getting into it.
Yep. I think the next thing that I would probably do here is actually, if I were you, let's go ahead and take Myers plus a piece. What do you think? Like, you want to take like Myers in the second?
Yeah, I'm totally fine trading.
We'll take Myers in the second and try to get up to either a wide receiver or a running back that we think has a little more potential upside this year. Travis Hunter is absolutely achievable at that price point. Omar Cooper is another one that you could look into. And you could also check out productive running back like a Swift. What do you think about those three moves, man? I know earlier today, I saw your DM earlier today where you sent the general draft results and some of the theory that you had going behind the picks that you made. And I think overall you did a really good job drafting this team. Again, value share and production share is always going to be really, really tight out of a startup. And I think you put yourself in a solid position to be a pretty dang good contender this year.
Yeah, drop a like on the stream. We're at 97, 50 more, and we'll give away free blueprint. Yeah, what questions you got? Evan did want to stop. He stopped watching the Sam Hyde interview with John Rocker to be here to wish Nathan a happy birthday. Hit a hot tub on your special day, brother. Love your glass half full outlook and sunny disposition.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Am I a glass half full guy?
No, that's the joke.
Oh, okay. Sunny disposition. I was like, man, that's really nice. I would say I have a chill disposition. Sunny, I mean,
it depends. Sometimes
I've been told I have a decent smile. It's sunny.
Your disposition typically is either neutral or slightly below neutral. Oh. It's never too far down, but it's normally not up until we're about 2.5 hours into the stream and you hit like a burst of energy, and then you go out for a minute.
I'm really.
Yeah, you are.
And
you typically start pretty low, and you'll work your way up, and then you'll go back down, and you'll be like, okay, I'm tired, I'm dying.
Yeah. I do love hot tubs.
You do. He loves. It's weird. I think he's like a vampire. I'll have to, or Vecna is inside of him or something. No, Vecna doesn't like hot.
Yeah, right. I'm like the opposite.
Yeah,
actually.
He's the anti-Vecna.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and rewatch since I got here late. Looking forward to improve off the start. Yeah, let us know. You obviously know where to find us if you have questions. You got the group chat.
Yes, sir.
Manual motherfucker with code domain of their rules. I get never went over them when I bought. Yeah, go to your account page on the site. And then you'll press link Discord. There's a button there, and that will give you all the Discord roles, and you'll see all of our channels, the leagues, and all that. You'll want to do that. So I renewed my Infinite yesterday. Can I get a premium blueprint live tonight? I rarely get to watch the live.
Yeah, if you get an a la carte premium, you jump the line.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, if you buy a blueprint premium, yeah, you'll be up next. I'm confused because you're relating it to the Infinite. They're different things. So your Infinite will come at the beginning of June, again, since you renewed it, but. Yeah, any blueprint premiums that come in on the stream, we typically do them right now. So the hot tub comment saved him from being annoyed over the birthday thing. See, Evan, this is why you're one of the brightest members of our community right here, because that was very smart. It was subtle, and I liked it. I knew exactly what you were doing. I knew exactly what you were doing there. Mm-hmm. What's up, Phobes? Good to see you.
John D. Perone. Let us know if you're here, man.
Yeah, John D. Perone. I'm assuming Yarks. Actually, bought this 5 hours ago. It's possible he's not here. So we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, he says Bronx Bombers is his team name. I just
Start spreading the news, baby.
Recently traded off Hurts and Rashee Rice for Neighbors and Dak.
Okay.
This is year 2 of our Dynasty League. I have 327 firsts from a few trades last season. Where would you take this team next?
I like the Neighbors trade. I'll see. It might put you into a very perfect 1 year. Nope, it didn't. 12-team super flex, full point PPR, half point tight end premium. 7.8% production share, 7th in this league. However, you have a 13.7% value share and a 12 team. So your value share is like 6% over expected. That's first in this league. We'll go ahead and give you an enhanced value well-rounded here as your team archetype. We'll grade this out, though.
Yes.
May and Dak. First of all, Hurts and Rice for Neighbors and Dak. Neighbors and Dak.
Yeah.
You got 2 quarterbacks there. Both of them are going to go down in value. Would you rather have Neighbors or Rashee Rice? Yeah, I'd rather have Neighbors. Pretty easily. Drake May and Dak Prescott, 7. K-Dub, Trevion, Scattaboo, it's an 8. We'll have to make some moves there. JSN, Neighbors, Amon-Ra, 9. Yeah, Addison as well. I mean, I'd probably give that a 10. That's 3 first-round wide receivers. And then Loveland's an 8. Wow. You actually do kind of have the build of a future value team, but I think this is just enhanced value, and you've got all these firsts to play with next year. You've got 3 firsts in 27. and a first next year draft capital. We're going to give you an 8 bench. We're going to give you you've got Kyle Williams, Jordan James, Geno Smith, Michael Mayer. That's a 0. Overall is an 8.2. You got no depth, which I'm glad you're not over depthed here.
Over depth.
But you do have some moves to make. But we'll be careful here. This is a contending roster. I don't think this is a team where we need to move off of like Drake May.
No, but we can down tier from Dak to help raise our flex spot.
Honestly, I'm totally fine with that. I'd rather move Dak again. I know you just got him. I'd rather move him again.
Mm-hmm.
He's priced at his value ceiling. You can get other quarterback 1 level producers at the same price you can get Dak at in Dynasty. So
production.
Kyle says, if I'm an annual motherfucker, just sign up. Do I go to normal team review and also get the infinite? That's correct. Yep. We give it to you automatically.
I'm also eyeing a pivot from Travion Henderson if you want to pivot to Quinshon Judkins, or even pay a little bit of a depth piece to get up to someone like JT as well.
Yeah, David just told Becca about the gun rack that we gave away earlier in the stream. So yeah, Becca, we'll need you to pick it up and ship it for us. We were going to tell you, but...
Yeah, yep.
Who were the targets there?
Quinshon from the pivot from Henderson. You pay a depth piece to get up to JT. Again, Henderson usually going like late 4th, as opposed to JT, who often will go like early mid 4th. And then you can look at...
yeah, I like that.
Price also usually goes at the turn as well. You could consider there. Do you want to keep the big 3 wide receivers intact, or do you want to move one for a running back? Because we can move Walker for a receiver and then move one of the high-end receivers
I would move
Amon-Ra
St. Brown.
All right, we'll move Amon-Ra. What we're going to do here is we're going to move...
Love, Genty, or Gibbs.
Yeah, we're going to move Amon-Ra for Love, Genty, or Gibbs.
If we can, obviously. You got to try it.
Jeremiah. Love, and then Genty, and then Gibbs. And then what we're going to do to compensate there is the value range that Walker is currently in is a nice little range for wide receivers. So if we pivot off of one of those guys at the running back position, and we're pivoting off of one of the top 3 wide receivers to get a running back, you just move that running back and Walker and get a receiver like Ladd or Olave, who we see go mid 4th in non-domain leagues. Tyson is another one as well, and Garrett Wilson. Does that make sense, man? You haven't seen him. All right, if you're watching this on demand, feel free to reach out to us on Discord. We're happy to answer follow-up questions here. Of course, we all also mentioned that potential Dak Prescott down tier that you could look into just to help kind of build up some of your depth. I don't think that's a priority move that you have to do. I ended up going with some of these other pivots instead that I think help the structure of your team a bit more. And yeah, beyond that, like this is a really, really solid team that's going to be looking at potentially being an elite value roster this time next year with those picks in 2027.
Yeah, we appreciate you. If you do have questions, let us know. David asked me to look at my Discord DM because it's been 3 weeks. Yeah, I've definitely answered my trade questions or my DMs since then. So, like, I don't know how I would have missed it, but message me after the stream. I'm happy to help you. I must have just not showed up, but I messaged you. Quinshon at 27 late and a 28 mid late for the 101. I'd probably just take Love here. I'd take Love. Yeah, if those are late first, I'd easily take Love here. Can you check my team and league for this? What's ideal? Can I see the league here? His team name is Lamar Sucks. On the one above it, Lamar Sucks. No, I would do this right now. I would take it. It's great for your team. Take it. GHC, I sent you this trade in platinum. Yeah, almost certainly we don't want to do this. We have 2 guys here with Rashee Rice and Kyler Murray. Rashee Rice is value insulated at the very least until we can flip him. I'm happy to sell you Rice. But Mahomes is not going to probably go up in value, and we don't know if we're contending yet. And even if we were contending, this is not a good contending move. Kyler could easily outscore Patrick Mahomes. We're giving away a guy who averaged 19 points per game last year in Rashee Rice, so there's not a chance we would take this.
All right, calling out Unwilling Apparatus. Let us know if you are on the stream, my friend.
JT says, can I upgrade my blueprint voucher that I have to a live? Yeah, you sure can. And then, it will give you the option to upgrade your voucher. And somebody else asked that. Who was it? Somebody else asked about their blueprint being live. Roland, what's up? Use my team review voucher on my third Dynasty team. Will that make the live stream tonight by chance? It will if you do the live team blueprint option. So again, any voucher you can upgrade to a live, and it will be in this queue. If it's not a live team blueprint, it's going to be in our in progress queue. These are only our live team blueprints that come in here. So, or new members like Unwilling Apparatus who joined tonight, we typically give them a free one on their first one. So,
yep, and let us know if you are on stream, my friend.
Which we've done that now for a year and a half. So everybody has gotten their first blueprint live if they've wanted it. So, all right. How does the Seth McGowan pick affect Marlon Mack? And Kyler's here, by the way.
Marlon Mack's in trouble.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Who's here? I know
Unwilling Apparatus.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, and again, you're good for a free one tonight. And if any of you guys want to take advantage of that as well, here's the link. Again, code domain, get the free team review as well. So, yeah, welcome, Kyle. We appreciate you, man. Appreciate you
live in
supporting.
The flesh. Let's go.
In the flesh, in the virtual YouTube comment flesh.
I think flesh is a funny word.
It is a good word. It's a very.
It's like moist.
It just has lots of flowy consonants in it.
Yeah.
L's are flowy. Sh is flowy.
Flash.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So. All right, Denster. Handcuff Insurance Corporation. What can I do to make this team better?
That's a great question.
Short and sweet, to the point.
And honestly, that's the number one question that we set out to answer on every single team blueprint that we do. So we appreciate you asking. We appreciate you being a supporter, my friend, and a member. Let's do this. Handcuff Insurance Corporation. Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated. You've got a 12-team, 1 QB here. Full point PPR with no tight end premium. You have Loveland in this league, might be worth noting. 8.3% is the production share, which is 7th in this league. You've got a 6.6% value share, which is 8th in this league. Okay, and a 1 QB, you've got Jordan Love. It's a 4. You've got Cam Ward there. Not worried about that. Chase Brown is a 3. Marv, BTJ, Alec Pierce. We'll get Parker Washington probably a 5 or 6. Loveland is an 8, but it's a non-tight end premium, so it doesn't really matter. You got 2 firsts next year and a first in 28. Draft capital will give you a 5. Bench is going to be a Algier. Higgins, Evans is not bad. Ward, that's give you a 3 or 4 there. Overall, we'll go 5.2, and I think with you being 8th and 7th, respectively, in value and production share, I think it's easiest just to take another year and reload. This is a pretty classic reload team to me. We're going to move some value around here. I want to do 1 year reload, well-rounded reload content is going to be our outlook for this one. Yeah. So, Dinster, if you have questions as we're going through this.
Yeah, I think in a non-tight end premium, we're going to move off of Loveland to a running back or wide receiver instead. Just because of positional value there. Tight end for you is not necessarily a priority as you're not looking to contend this year. And then Chase Brown is another one that immediately catches my eye. We holding BTJ and Marv on this team, Holden Pierce, Holden Parker, Holden Pearsall. What are we doing with those guys? It's a 1 QB, so we can't really move any quarterbacks.
My gut says pivot from BTJ, pivot from Pearsall, hold Higgins, move Evans, pivot from Chase Brown.
We could, yeah, I've got the pivot from Loveland and Brown. So we could do BCJ and Pearsall and up tier.
Do that. That's fine. I like that move. Because then you can get to a guy with slightly more upside.
You want to go to like Lemon, Tyson, or Ladd, essentially.
BTJ and Pearsall?
Yeah.
You think you're getting that high?
I mean, BCJ just went in the mid-5th here, and
Pearsall's like a 10th rounder though.
Not usually.
That seems way high to me. I don't.
Dude, you're talking about upwards of a full round difference between where BTJ is going right now and Ladd. And Lemon's a 4-5 turn.
Wait, who did you say?
I said Lemon and Ladd. And
who was the third one?
Tyson.
Oh, maybe I was confused. I think you said London.
No.
So I was like, what the frick?
No, I'm talking about like a round difference.
Lemon is great.
2 guys.
Ladd, yes. Okay. That's much better. Yes, you're right. I thought you said London. I was like, what the frick?
No.
He said my league is oddly low on BTJ.
Oh, never mind then. Okay.
Okay, well, I'll still lower our standards and do the same move. I still think you could get Burden, Lemon,
or Rome,
and I would do it. I'm trying to get out. I think you could do that. If you can't, then wow, holy smokes.
Yeah, you might just be forced to hold, which is fine. Loveland should, I mean, considering where we saw him go today, I'll factor in the fact that this is a non-tight end premium, but I don't think it's out of this world to still be able to swing someone like Garrett Wilson or Tyson, or Olave, where he's being priced right now. Chase Brown. Let's go for either a younger running back like Judkins or Brees. Or there you can go for a wide receiver as well, like Lad McConkey, where he's going very close to a guy like Lad. Basically just trying to get like some more maybe upside premier assets, lower end foundational assets that you can add to this team that are what's up?
Becca just messaged Scott and said, I heard you threw up during the live on Tuesday. That's going to be a new joke now. Scott's going to puke.
Denny, what questions do you have on those teams or on those moves, on those teams? What questions do you have on all those teams that I just mentioned? What?
Yeah, Denny, answer. Scott said, I kind of coughed and everyone started flipping out. That is not at all true.
You want me to imitate it?
Yeah, that's what she did.
You good there, Scott? No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Scott, are you puking right now?
He's like, no, I'm fine.
No, I'm not. I'm not really puking right now.
I'm good.
What, Scott? Why do you have the Kroger bag in your hand right now?
He said I kind of coughed. Okay, like we're crazy. All right, Denny, what questions you got, man? We're distracted with Scott, but is it worth moving off my first to up tier? No, because you're reloading, so you want to hold both of your first.
Don't move those first. Yeah.
Unless you get like a pretty decent value win because they're valued pretty close to their ceiling right now, so you can explore moving them, but not necessarily for an up tier. I mean, look into it and see if you can get a good value win there. So, what else, Denny? Matt says, I think I was unclear earlier. I upgraded my Infinite on my renewal to add a Blueprint Premium. Oh, I see what you're saying. You got the Blueprint Premium and it came with Infinite. I see. But we probably already started it, Matt. Let me double check for you. Yeah, when we do 95% of our Blueprint Premiums off, yeah, we pulled it over in progress. I see what you did. Yeah, we actually already pulled it over and started on it. So, Denny, are you sure? Any more questions, man? I think very comfortable reloading here if you are, and I think it's going to be the best long-term solution. So, Matt, we do have yours, and yours is in progress, my friend. So, is there anywhere we can see the explanation for team designations, see a couple new ones like All in Purgatory? Yeah, I don't know why they haven't added a key yet, but I'll have them do that. I'm going to put that in side issues for you guys right now. Okay. Let me give me a minute and just let me create the tickets here. Team label definitions. Can we add a key? Get boom.
All right, Dunster, you're the man.
Yeah, we appreciate you, dude.
And welcome to the community. You know where to find us.
Yep.
On Discord, just send us a DM, and we'll be happy to answer your follow-up questions. Tyler, you're up next. JSN's Golden Bowers is your team name here. No comments, but feel free to drop any questions you have in the YouTube chat while we're reviewing this team for you. Let's check this out.
All right.
10 team, Superflex, half PPR, 0.75, tight end premium.
You got Bowers too. It's a
Take it away, Ernie.
10.5% production share, so it's just right above expected. There's fifth in this league, but you do have a 13% value share flat, which is first, so you got a really good value share here. Allen and Chuck, I love that. It's a 6. Bijan.
And Bryce and Stafford.
Yeah. Bijan, Price, Javonte Williams, RJ Harvey, David Montgomery. It's a 9. JSN, AJ Brown, Matthew Golden, DJ Moore. We'll give you a 5 there. It's JSN, a big drop. And Bowers is a 10. You've got no first next year, but 2 28s. Draft capital will give you 2. Bench is a 3. You got Bryce Young and Matt Stafford. Those are probably your best bench pieces. RJ Harvey. Yes, this is a standard value team. Standard value, well-rounded, contend. We'll definitely have you contend here. Team name is Njigba's Golden Bowers. He looks like he changed the team name here. I don't know. Ooh, where is he at? Tyler, are you here? What's your actual team name? Yeah. Okay, we'll just find it. Yeah. It's the Josh Allen team. He'll be first in quarterback. So it's the team in, yeah, that's it. Or second. Yeah, that works too. There it is. Should have known 13% value share is going to be at the top. So, Evan says, I work hard for my cousin. I clean out Ubers he rents to new Americans. I have to wipe all kinds of stuff out of the backseat. At least I have Dynasty domain. I think I'll stick it out for another shift. Attaboy, Evan. Stick it out. We'll help you, dude. We'll get you through it. All right. So, wide receiver depth, obviously.
So I actually would do an up tier here, probably involving Bryce plus a skill position guy to get an upgrade probably at wide receiver. So like DJ Moore and Bryce Young, I would take those two guys and try to get you up to somebody who we feel a little bit more comfortable about. And I'll be conservative.
I would take Golden Montgomery up tier too.
Golden and Monty is also a nice up tier. Yeah, I agree. What do you want to do with those 27 twos?
See ya.
Adios.
I'll trade them.
Just take them together and try to get a guy.
Maybe. You could. I would hold AJ Brown until he gets signed.
Or what do you want to take? Take one of them with Harvey?
Well, what I would probably do is wait till AJ Brown gets traded and try to trade AJ Brown plus a second or two and try to get up like a tier wide receiver to like Ladd Tyson type range. That's what I would do. So.
Okay, so we'll put that on the blueprint for you, but just keep in mind it is contingent on waiting until June 1st when he's officially traded. And you said Tyson, you said Ladd, and you said
Garrett Wilson has been going there, so I put him on there as well. I think you're going to be able to do it. But like AJ Brown's going to go up in value.
AJ Brown right now is going mid-5th, so he'll go up another half round.
And he'll go to the turn. Then you can pay the 2 seconds on top. You'll get up around easily there with that. He said, I've been looking for an upgrade at wide receiver 2 or so. Yeah, we just gave you 2 there actually, so that should be plenty sufficient for you. The other thing that you always do have the option of doing here, which is not necessarily a terrible move to consider, is you could move Josh Allen for Jamar Chase, Puka Nacua, or Jahmyr Gibbs and start shucking Stafford. And you could punt QB, and I think you'd be totally justified in doing that.
You absolutely could.
I'm not telling you, like, that's not one of our 3 moves we're going to give you to prioritize, but I do think on this roster, like, it's actually a pretty decent play. So
I mean, DJ Moore went at the 7-8 here, just a half round after Jamison Williams. I bet you could get up to the Higgins Flowers range if you put Bryce Young on top of DJ Moore. Higgins, Flowers, and Devonta Smith. And then with Monty and Golden, let's try to get you up to Addison. Concepcion's been going pretty cheap. Concepcion's been going like mid-7th. And you're usually seeing guys like Monty going like mid to late 8th. So you take a guy like Golden, add him on top. You're probably looking at like Concepcion, JMO. Waddle, we also saw go today in the 7th round. But also love Jacobs at price right now. He's another guy worth looking into. So we got the AJ Brown in the 2nd round up tier, contingent on him being moved in early June. You'll want to do that after he's moved in early June. My league is oddly low on RJ and DJ. DJ Moore and RJ Harvey. Okay, cool. Yeah, I ended up not having you do a move involving RJ Harvey. DJ Moore, if they're really, really low on DJ Moore, again, I try to be I try to be pretty conservative with the targets that you're getting with DJ Moore. Because again, like you are throwing in another guy in a super flex league and Bryce Young, so I would see what you can get there if you package those 2 assets. And obviously, if you don't get enough value return, you'll want to hold. But again, if that combination doesn't work, you can look at the combination of Monty and Golden instead. You can look at taking like Bryce Young plus a second or 2 of those 27 seconds and moving up, not to get another quarterback, but to get a skill position guy. I'm just trying to take some of the guys that are like in your flex spot right now or your bench that I know aren't going to necessarily offer like guaranteed production this year or aren't going to find your starting lineup at all. Like Bryce Young won't find your starting lineup because Allen, Shuck, and Stafford will all get precedence over him. So you just don't need them. And then like Avery said, honestly, if you want to end up just sticking with those bottom 3 guys like Shuck, Stafford, and Bryce Young and totally fade QB, it's risky. But you can move Allen for another elite wide receiver, elite running back, and your upside at that point, paired with the guaranteed production you're going to get from 3 different starting quarterbacks that are streamable, is going to be much, much, much higher. Is Lemon in the same tier as Wilson, Nico, Ibuka? Depends on who you ask. He usually goes at the tail end of that tier. Like if he's considered in that tier, he's at the very end of that tier. We usually see him go late 4th consistently. You see some outliers where he'll go earlier than that, but usually we see him go as the 4th guy of those guys.
Okay, did you answer these questions in the comments that we got?
Yeah, I've been answering.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you answered the Fantrax one.
No, I've been answering Travis's questions about the team. Yeah.
Yeah. Travis, what other questions you got? I'll answer some of ththese other questions here while we're waiting. I'm assuming you're done, right?
Yeah, as long as he's done.
Yeah.
Tyler, if you have any more questions, feel free to drop them.
JT said, I just put in a blueprint with a voucher upgrade. Did it work?
Is that TS Copeland?
Yeah, let us know. In Dynasty Domains Hall, Sages
If you're TS Copeland, then yes, I'm seeing it.
I gotta read this, yeah. In Dynasty Domains Hall, 2 sages reign with sharpened minds and counsel plain. They read the grid as seers of old and turn rough guesses into gold. Through draft and trade, their wisdom gleams. They crown their followers with champion dreams. All hail these masters wise and true, whose noble words make legends of 2. That's beautiful.
Nice.
Thank you.
That's pretty good.
That's sick. Thanks, brother. That was cool. Yes, Jesse.
And Allen for Rome plus no. Yeah, I wouldn't be down tiering from Allen to a upside premier wide receiver plus. I'd be looking for an elite running back or an elite wide receiver straight up. So I'm talking like Gibbs, Puka, Jamar Chase, those types of guys.
Jesse said he can't link his fan tracks. You can't link your fan tracks to the site. That's correct. But yeah, you can do the non-linked blueprint and just send screenshots and you'll get the same blueprint everybody else gets. So for our stuff, you're good. For the site stuff, unfortunately, you cannot link. So yeah, let me know if that makes sense. But yeah, the blueprint is all good. So
yep.
All right, see you, Poppy Tudor. Appreciate you. The all-night live stream got me hooked on cards. I found a sick Urlacher Hester dual auto. It brings me joy. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Did I show you the ones that I showed you the ones I got, right? That I've got sitting next to me. I actually had 2 case hits yesterday. I got a case hit on a break that I did with somebody else too. So, hello Dynasty Domain. It's Gaetano from the Blueprint earlier. Hey Gaetano, what's up? You mentioned sending $8 for membership. Is that all? And what do I get for it? Yes, sir. So what we would do, the easiest thing to do would be for you to buy the membership. So it's $97. And then we're going to send you back the $89 that you already spent. So then again, it's a difference of $8, right? So we'll refund you $89. You'll buy the membership. And then what you'll get with it is you'll get an update on that blueprint we did for you every month. You're going to get access to the site. So you're going to get the trade calculator, the my teams page and the portfolio page, our Dynasty rankings, the comparison tool, a bunch of other stuff on the site. You're going to get the Dynasty Domain Discord. You can get in Dynasty Domain leagues. You can get access to Nathan and I one-on-one. You can get all the tools we're putting out on the post page, the bakery, all the rookie draft coverage next year when it comes to rookie draft time. So you get a literal metric crap ton with it. So if you're down, I'll send you the link to get the membership, and then I can put in for a refund, and we'll refund you that $89. So again, it's a difference of $8, and that's how you would do it. So.
All right, we have a trade question from Old School here.
He said, thanks, Nathan, because I just traded Nico and Christian Kirk for Ladin and 104. How? What? How did you do that? That's crazy. Like, wow. Lad and Nico are going in the same spot in domain leagues.
That's
awesome. Bananas.
That's
I would take this in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that's a great deal.
It is.
It's a 1 QB. Do not make this deal on a 1 QB. Assuming this is a 1 QB, don't make that move.
It is. It's probably fair on a 1 QB, I would say. Because Caleb and Take One go pretty close, and then Tootin or Mayfield, I would take Tootin.
They're right in the same tier.
But there is a value in with Tootin there.
I would take a general rule of thumb. I just favor the skill position guy when you already have Brock Purdy on your team. So.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I think it's a value win, so I'm cool with it. Market is fair. Yeah, I mean, I'll stand my ground. I think you are getting a value win, even though I would prefer Saquon over Caleb Williams in a vacuum. Like a value win's a value win, even at 1 QB. So, yeah, it depends on, honestly. Actually, go back up. Let's see his team.
Well, that's what I just said. He has Purdy. He has Purdy and Baker.
Yeah, so you don't really you don't need to do it.
I wouldn't break up that band of that running back.
You don't need to do that. Okay, Kyle's got one. Got this done today. Had a surplus of QB, but traded Burrow, the biggest contender this year. Burrow for, I mean, my gosh, yes. Oh, that's so good, Kyle. Give him a free trade question. Flexes are free. That's awesome. Good stuff, man. All right. Gaetano, let me send you this real quick.
Adrena says Lamar, Brees, Josh Downs in a late first for Mahomes and Jahmyr Gibbs. Let's say Brees in the late first for Mahomes, cancel, and then you're getting the win for Gibbs. I'll take Mahomes and Gibbs here. I like this move. You're downgrading at QB to get a massive. No
one wants to send running back for my last Infinity Stone. Okay. This is CD and Malik Willis for Egbuka in our first. I would take Egbuka in the first here.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would. I mean, when you get down in like the Rome Odunze tier in a first, like but this tier wide receivers in a first rounder for CeeDee Lamb, I think it's fair. I'm totally comfortable with making this deal. I think Egbuka could be, Egbuka right now is going in the 3rd round, so you're talking about like a 3rd rounder in a first for like a mid-second. I think it's fair. So I'm fine with it. I think Lamb's a better player there, though.
All right, unwilling apparatus. Don is our team name here. Do you have Don on your team by chance? I got 3 firsts this year, 1, 4, and 5. My league mates suck and making us wait to draft, so might need some help with 4 and 5. Just moved the 108 this year for Javonte. So the running back is definitely better now. I just had some juggernauts in this league, so you just have some juggernauts in this league, so where can I improve? Yeah, let's look into this.
No, you're not that far from a value standpoint behind these guys because your first round picks put you pretty close. So you are. It's a 10-team 1 QB full point PPR, 9.2% production shares, 9th in this league.
The 101, 104, and 105 coming in too. So
yeah, 11.8% value shares 3rd. You're perfectly fine from a value standpoint.
Yeah.
Hurts is a 6. Actually, I'll give you a 7 there with Purdy and Dak and Kyler as well. You've got a lot of flex on a week to week basis. All of those guys have quarterback 1 upside. All 4 of them. Travion, Javonte Williams. We'll give you a 4 there. Neighbors, Burden, and that's it as a 4, and Loveland's an 8. You've got a 10 at draft capital though. Your bench is your bench is technically like a 4 because, because you got a lot of quarterbacks there. It is a 1 QB, but we'll give you a 3. Okay, that's a 6.4. So we'll go standard value here. Standard value, well-rounded, contend. Obviously, we're going to take Love. It's going to push Javonte to a flex spot and push one of QJ or Tesla off. And the 104, 105 will push those guys even further down the bench, and you've got the quarterbacks. We'll pivot from Jalen Hurts here to a skill position player in wide receiver running back. That'll be our first move. No tight end premium. We're going to pivot from Loveland, the same thing. And then we're probably going to make an up tier. We're going to have to. I would take
we're pivoting from Loveland for a skill position guy.
Yep.
We are moving. You said the 104 or the 105 for a running back wide receiver?
I said Hurts.
Hurts for a running back wide receiver because it's a 1 QB.
And then I would take the 104 and a player, or the 104 and 105 and package them together and get a better player. Or 104 and 105 and Henderson or something like that. And just up tier. Because you will, by that time, you're adding 2 assets with Hurts. You're adding 3 assets from the draft. You're adding one asset from the Hurts trade.
We'll take Henderson in the 105 and get you up to like the Hampton.
That's a good move. Because then you have Hampton or H-Hand to pair with Love, which is really good. So.
Yep.
All right. Gaetano, we appreciate you, man. Sorry if I'm butchering your name, but
Hampton.
I'm gonna put in for your refund right now, so that you'll see that back in your account here this week.
London.
Appreciate you and welcome.
Yeah, so with Hurts,
add timeout. Gaetano, do you have code domain in? Check your account. Go to your account page and go to promo code. Make sure it says domain.
Yeah. So
I didn't see yours come through.
With Jalen Hurts and a 1 QB, I'd probably be looking for one of those productive veteran running backs like Javonte, Etienne, or Jacobs. Javonte you already have, so Etienne and Jacobs are fair game there. I think Scadaboo and Kyron high end are fair game as well. Colson Loveland, if we're going to go for a skill position guy.
Hampton, he can't get. That's
all right.
I hate that so much.
You want to try for Achane? Ted McMillan's another one that I'd be fine up tiering to as well if you end up moving Loveland for a running back like James Cook, for example. JT, I'd move Loveland for JT too. Garrett Wilson is another one you can target. So that pivot from Hurts, pivot from Loveland, and the up tier from Henderson in the 105 to not Hampton, try Achane instead. Same range. Or you could try upwards of London, low end Tet McMillan. Do you have questions on those moves?
Yeah, what questions do you have? Yeah, Gaetano, let us know. I didn't see yours come through. You might double check that it says active annual mother flocker. I think you do have code domain in, but yeah, we need to check. We need to make sure that's I've been trying to up tier from Trey for a while now. It's been tough. Is there another besides Achane and Hampton?
I had London and Tet there, and what you'd have to do is you would have to move Loveland for sure for a running back. So those other wide receivers were the ones that I gave you there.
Yeah,
so.
we did. So we didn't give you Achane and Hampton. We gave you a wide receiver there, and then we're going to move Loveland for you gave him. I'm assuming JT, James Cook, and
JT, James Cook, and then Garrett Wilson if you end up getting a running back in the Henderson.
So we switched that around for you.
Yep.
What's your promo code say, my man? If it says domain, you're good. If not, I've got a fix in for you. So,
all right, we appreciate you a ton, man. If you have more questions, feel free to drop them in here. We're happy to help. And welcome to the community. Send us a DM on Discord to reconnect. All right, TS Copeland is up next. This one's going to be a premium. Andy's will be a premium as well.
Okay, cool.
T-Scope 21 coming out of a startup about a month ago before the NFL draft. Really weird draft. Just finished the rookie draft, moved Vlad for the 104. Just because I wanted a lemon share. Open to suggestions. Don't know if I should be going for a tight end. Just want to add. I got Herbert in the 6th and Stroud in the 12th because it's a 10 team. That makes sense. Were there other quarterbacks that went that cheap in the Stroud range? But what you're saying is we probably can't make moves involving Herbert and Stroud. That's what I'm gathering. 10-team Superflex full PPR, no tight end premium, 10.6% production share, which is 3rd in your league. And your value share is 11.7%, which is 2nd in your league. You killed this draft. Herbert, Dak, and Stroud be a 6 and a 10-team. Genty, Scadaboo, Henry is going to be a 6 as well. JSN, Tet, Carnell Tate, Olave, Lemon, I'll just give you a 10 there. And then Aranda Gadsden and George Kittle is going to be a 5. You have a 1st this year in 2027, a 1st in 2028. Draft capital grade will be a 3. And your bench score is going to be a 2. Overall grade 6. You're in the 77th percentile of team blueprints that we've done out of a startup a month ago.
That's crazy.
And we're gonna go enhanced. Would you go enhanced on this team?
Probably.
Or
I think it's
actually,
close.
I think I'd go standard. We'll go high end standard.
Is this a 10 team?
It's a 10 team.
Oh,
so
yeah,
we're not quite.
No, I stand corrected on
Yeah, we're gonna go standard value, well rounded here.
Yeah,
this is a very good.
Your value share expected is like 1.7% there, but in terms of like how you've built this roster, 50%, 51% of your value is at wide receiver, 19% at both quarterback and running back. So that puts you about 90% there. And then the other 10%, 8% draft capital, 2% tight end. So predominantly wide receiver with some good chunks in quarterback and running back. And then, yeah, Tyler, we could refund you as well. Would you rather have the refund or would you rather just give you some free stuff? Because we're happy to give you like free trade questions and stuff if you'd like that. So that completely doesn't matter to us, but we could do that. In terms of your value share at each position, you have an 8.5% value share at quarterback, a 10% value share at running back, 17% value share at wide receiver. You've dominated there, and 3% at tight end. Your average age at each position is 30 at quarterback, but it's 23 at running back, wide receiver, and tight end. That's very young, very insulated. Your quarterback and tight end isn't super insulated here necessarily. It's a 6.5 is your insulation score. Your production score is an 8.8. You are a heavy contender. Situational score is a 6.8. So we've got you first in the power rankings, though. Out of a startup is great. You've got 2 cornerstones, 4 foundationals, 2 upside premiers, a short-term league winner in Derrick Henry. So, yeah, you got a really, really solid roster here. Yeah, not quite enhanced value. I agree with that. But, I mean, out of a startup, I don't know how you could ask for any more than this right here. This is gorgeous. This is a gorgeous-looking team, my friend. So, great job. Let's get this team a little bit ready to contend.
Yeah, I'm actually switch this over to wide receiver factory, by the way. He's loaded at wide receivers. We're probably going to have him make a couple of moves as well at that position. So he said we can't really do anything about Herbert and Stroud because they went so late in the draft. Like 6th and 12th round. So we're going to move a couple of wide receivers here, I think, for running backs. I'll have you take... I'll give you an idea here with a wide receiver. If you want to take Tet in a second and try to get up to like Genty, I would do that. Again, we're just trying to kind of, well, you already have Genty, sorry. The other guys in that range, Jeremiah Love, Hampton, A-Chan also there. I would look into all of those guys. All going, mid-second-ish. Tet's going late second in startups. Tate, you can hold on to. I know you just went and got shares for Lemon. One thing I would consider is, I'll have you, since you wanted to get Lemon, I'll have you shop Olave for an elite running back instead, which would be James Cook or JT straight up.
Yeah, I like that.
Other moves that I would look into here. You don't need to have Herbert and Dak and Stroud on this team. I understand that you got Herbert and Stroud really cheap. At the very least, I guess I would be looking at a Dak down tier. To like a Kyler plus, a Baker plus, even a Daniel Jones plus. Like, you just don't need all of this. All of these guys. So like the Kyler team has ETN, the Baker team has Addison, the Daniel Jones team has Tucker Kraft. So I would check those out. He said, I have had interest in Herbert. What interest? Let me know.
Mm-hmm.
I think I could get Love. The guy likes Herbert, Scott, and Tet. Okay, then if you have interest in Herbert, then maybe people are regretting letting him fall in the draft. And if that's the case, then I'm going to give you ideas to down tier from him as well. If you can't end up pulling off a Herbert down tier, then look into that Dak down tier instead. But let's look at Jordan Love. The Jordan Love team has Kyron. That's perfect. Let's say you went down to like a Sam Darnold or a Goff. The Darnold team has, oh man, that team has Baker as well. Let me look at Goff. The Goff team has JMO. You can look into that. Again, I'm trying to scale a little bit for the way that quarterbacks are going to be valued less in a 10-team superflex. And it sounds like your league is scaling there as well. So I'm going to try and help with that. Like if you did a big down tier to Shuck, I'd probably still be looking for like probably Rome. So look into those, check those out. Some other moves here that I'm seeing. Probably a deal involving Dobbins. I'd probably just pivot off of Dobbins. Chris Godwin is one that I'd look into. If you want to do a training camp hype, Nick Singleton's actually not a bad play at the moment to go for. You could also try for Jacoby Myers and just get the, flexible production. And then you do have some tight end stuff going on here. You have Gadsden, you have Kittle, which I don't mind as a bit of a.
So what about a Herbert and a Olave or Tet package for Love?
For Jeremiah Love? Yeah, I do Herbert and Olave for Jeremiah
Probably
Love.
not Herbert and Tet, though. I would do Herbert and Olave. That's a big difference. That's a round difference. So.
Herbert and Olave for Jeremiah Love I would do in a 10-team. Yeah, you can try to take guys like some of your Jags, like Noel, Terrence Ferguson, DK, Keon Coleman. Just try to package them and get up to guys that might have a chance of, seeing the field more often. Shakir, Gainwell, Ayuk. You have more questions on those moves, man?
I have Star Wars merch that can make Avery and Nathan cry, specifically sabers. I think what you are telling us is you're going to ship us some lightsabers, which is cool. That's really nice of you. Thank you, man. Just DM me. I'll give you the address for the studio, and we'll put it up here on display and play with them.
Yeah, we'll give you a free blueprint.
Yeah, we'll give you a couple free blueprints for that. Yeah, I will trade Dynasty advice for football cards, by the way.
Calling out Marcus G33. Let us know if you are on the stream. Marcus G33, first call out. All right, JT Money. If you have more questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, but we appreciate you being in tonight.
Tyler, I did get your refund put in, by the way. Malik Neighbors for Jonathan Taylor and James Cook.
Nah.
No.
No, I
wait. I could flip JT and Jacobs for Genty. Yes, I would do it. Right?
Oh gosh.
Right?
Yeah, then that's Genty and James Cook for Neighbors.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yes.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah, you're gonna do that. That's very good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you put that little context bit in there.
Yep. All right, Andy, you're up.
Andy the Mandy, and I just want to go out on my way to say he's the #1 domain customer of all time. We appreciate you, man. I don't know if you like it when we brag about that, but we have to because you get special treatment. Like you get. Yep. JT says it makes sense, so good. Yeah, special treatment exists. It's a real thing, and it's called capitalism, baby.
Yeah. He said second blueprint for this one just had our rookie draft. Startup draft was a few months ago, so we're gonna do some cooking.
What? Nathan, read that.
Got the Origin Saber made by Robert Christian, the guy who made Anakin Saber in A New Hope. He made 200 and numbered them. I got number 66. You got number 66?
Dude, that is so awesome. Crazy.
Holy crap.
So you're giving it to us. That's so legit. Nice. Thank you.
Yeah, if you have an actual hookup there, man, we would...
well, it doesn't sound like he did. It sounds like he
we
used
would definitely get one.
All right. Andy's got a second blueprint. I've got his original blueprint here.
Purdy Harry.
Yeah, it's Purdy Harry. Nathan likes some Purdy Harry. 12-team, super flex, full point PPR, 3/4 point tight end premium, 10.1% production shares fourth in this league, and 9% value shares third in this league. So, Purdy and Guaf, that's a 7. Achan, Blockley, Scadaboo, Swift, that's an 8. It's pretty good. JSN, Lamb, Tate, Addison, DJ Moore, 10. Hunter Henry's a 1. Yeah. Draft capital give you 1. You got a 28, no 27s though. Bench is a 1 as well. Bench is a 2. No, bench is a 1. No, bench is fine. Overall is a 5.4, pretty much any way you look at it here. 42nd percentile blueprints we do. Your standard value well-rounded contend team. Let's compare to last blueprint, though. I want to compare specifically your production share and value share. So
they both went down slightly, like not very much, but
wow, you got worse here, Andy.
No, they.
Hey Gaetano, yeah, I know what's wrong with yours. I messaged the devs; they're gonna have to switch your code for you, but they will, and you'll be good. So you don't need to do anything on your end. You're good. You should have access to the site already. Welcome to the community.
Actually, nothing has changed since the last.
And we'll
one
get your refund in too.
Nothing has changed since the last one you did. It's just natural market value fluctuation.
Frick, dude, I hate it when that happens.
So actually, I don't think from the last one that we did, no trades got done.
Okay. So we did have the rookie draft. Obviously, was the one thing.
Right. So instead of the 102, he has Carnal Tate,
and that's it. Okay. So I guess Andy, the main question here is going to be, have you tried the moves we gave you last time, and what were the results of them? Because we, with the same roster, we'd probably give you similar moves, but I want to know what you've tried and haven't been able to get done, or like kind of what you wanted out of this one, just because it is the same roster. Theo says, I got lucky at the drop. Couldn't believe I got any of the 200, let alone the 66. That's crazy. Mighty Mouse, we got you, man. We appreciate you. You're in.
Is Mighty Mouse here?
Yeah, okay. He's here.
All right, Marcus G33, let us know if you're here.
So yeah,
second call out.
I'll wait for Andy there, but yeah, Nathan, would you give Tyler Warren? Why? Okay, he's asking Nathan. So
who's asking me?
Chris. He said, not a lot of action happening, not much interest. Okay. So maybe we should we can give you similar trades.
With more ideas?
With some different guys is maybe the move there. So we're trying some different trade partners so that we can maybe try to stir up some ideas here. So, okay, let's try that. So last time we were at, I'll read you the last time trade questions as you go through these. So
I'm looking at them.
Okay, cool.
I'm kind of stuck.
Yeah, and you have Tate. So honestly, you're probably looking at moving at least one wide receiver straight up for a running back. We didn't necessarily give you that. We gave you that indirectly with the 102, but we also gave you Tet in London, which would have been a good move. But let's move. I guess let's go a different range there. Let's do Lamb straight up for a running back.
Okay.
And the running backs in that range.
11 Gibbs.
Man, nothing with DJ Moore, huh?
Nothing with DJ Moore. I would look into a Brock Purdy down tier. That's one thing that I could see.
Yep, let's do that.
To help out your depth a little bit. You could try, if you do a Brock Purdy down tier, you could try an Addison and DJ Moore up tier.
Yeah.
And see if you can get anyone to bite there. Do you want to do a Carnal Tate down tier? Because last time we tried to pivot.
No,
because
then you're going from CeeDee Lamb to a running back. Carnal Tate's your 2. I don't want to go much lower than that on a 2. On my 2 with this team, I don't think.
I guess we could try a Barkley down tier to one of the big little 3.
Yeah, let's try that. I had some other ideas here. I was gonna go
ETN plus.
Let's do a DJ Moore pivot with new targets. We gave him Jacobs, Javonte Williams, and Zay Flowers. Those are a little bit on the higher end right now.
Yeah, they were accurate then, not anymore.
So I'm gonna give you some updated market value targets for him. So DJ Moore right now.
Pierce would be a high end target.
Pierce is probably a value equivalent target. I would go maybe try to get Kyler Murray there, and then maybe try to move a quarterback after that.
Okay.
And then Henry. Concepcion is another one.
Henry.
Even ETN, you could put ETN on there.
Yeah.
So those are some more market value friendly targets for you right now, especially if there's not being a lot of interest. Okay. Yeah. I'm looking at your tight ends.
So the team with Javonte has Michael Wilson and Devonta Smith. You could look into both of those. He also has 27 draft capital. If you could get 27 picks on top of Javonte, you could try that. I'll put Michael Wilson in there as a placeholder. The ETN team, same sort of thing. If you got like a QB or something there, like Daniel Jones is on that roster. Kyle Pitts is also on that team. You don't really have any tight ends. You could try like ETN and Pitts, and then Jacobs. The Jacobs team, same sort of thing, same sort of story. Sam Laporta is on that roster. So that's kind of some ideas for a Saquon down tier. We got the Lamb pivot. We got the DJ Moore pivot. We got the Addison and DJ Moore up tier. That would really get you up to Devonta Smith, Higgins, and Flowers. And then I would probably take like Chris Rodriguez and another Jag and try to up tier. Maybe Chris Rodriguez and see if you can move off Jacoby Brissett for something. Go up and try to get like a Rico or a Godwin.
Yeah, I like that.
Myers type. Okay, that pretty much leaves us with the Brock Purdy down tier. The Jordan Love team does have Derrick Henry. The Cam Ward team has Harold Fannin. And let's say that you went to Dak Prescott plus. You're probably looking at similar. You're looking at Javonte there as well. Questions on those, Andy? Hopefully that helps with more ideas. We're digging deep there. Trying to get creative. Not that we aren't usually creative, but trying to avoid some of the ones that we had for you last time. To see if you can kind of stir up the activity in your league.
Yeah, that's probably like the most we can do is just give you some updated like inspiration because, outside of that, you're talking about, the same roster in a league that doesn't trade a whole lot. So JJ said, I tried some of the suggested moves have all been rejected so far. LOL. That does not surprise me at all. Either try some different variations of the move with the same people or move on to value adjacent targets with different people and see if you get any interest there. That's step one. And if you don't get any immediate interest, then it's wait it out and wait until you can make those moves when somebody does actually decide they want to play Dynasty the right way. So, Andy says, I like sending you guys these types because it seemed like a challenge. Yeah, it was very challenging. That was very challenging, but you would do that to us. So keeping us on our toes. We love it. We appreciate you, man. I see James got one in. James, if you're here, say hey, by the way. I know you're going to be up either way, but just going to see if you're in the chat because you'll be up soon. Okay, so this is a trade from Cliff here. He'd be trading away Lamar, and he's getting back Dart. Yeah, I would do this. I would do this all day, every day. Just getting Bucky. It's basically, Lamar. This is Lamar for Dart and Bucky, and I would take Dart and Bucky here. So I'm good with this. All right, Mighty Mouse is up next. Mighty Mouse, I know you're here. Say hey. Donnie says, would you trade BTJ for a 27 first? I mean, I probably would, yeah. Brian Thomas, huh? Talk about a guy I'm not confident in. Holy smokes. James, what's up, man? Good to see you. You're up next. All right. Mighty Mouse, are you ready, my friend? Let's do this. It says this league's on Fantrax. Yeah, if you need to know any more info, let me know. I finished in second. It says you did say 1 QB, 12 team start, 9.5 PPR, no tight end premium. So we've got that, and that's helpful. So a little bit more of a shallow half PPR. Finished second. I have the 111 in the draft. Not had a lot of luck in the past few seasons trading 4 QB. That's usually not a problem with us, it's especially for standard value teams. All right, man. Let's do this, Jesse. We appreciate you. Let's take a look. Let's open up his roster here. That first screenshot.
And this is a 1 QB half PPR.
1 QB half PPR, 12 team start 9. So we'll get your production share and value share filled in. We've got to do that calculation manually. So we will do that and put it on your final blueprint that we'll get to you tomorrow. But I'm going to grade out your positions here. So at quarterback, you've got Brissett And so I'm going to give you a 1 at quarterback. That's probably your best quarterback you've got in there. Jacobs, Javonte Williams, Tracy. Go to the next page for me. And then, okay, Judkins, Tootin. That's a big difference. Oh, this is probably your starting lineup right here. But you still don't have, you've got, okay, Willis, we'll give you a 2.
It's all
give you 2 at quarterback.
Yeah.
And then go to the next one as well. Okay, yeah, you've actually got, wait. I'm assuming the Mahomes is at your roster, right? Or is Mahomes on your roster?
Yeah, that's IR.
Okay, so he's got Mahomes. Okay, so actually quarterback there is going to be like a 6. Yeah, at running back, keep going back, Scott. Keep kind of switching back and forth. Yeah, Mahomes is actually fine in this format. That's pretty good. Okay, now back the other way. Yeah, so Judkins, Tootin, Brooks, Jacobs, Javonte. I give that a 6 as well. Okay. In terms of your wide receiver room, you're looking at Marvin Harrison Jr., Juwan Jennings, George Pickens, Drake London, Egbuka, Travis Hunter. That's pretty solid. I'm going to give you we'll go 6 again at wide receiver. And then we're going to go 10 at tight end. You've got Brock Bowers there as well. So pretty nice here. Bench score, you've got a lot of guys on your bench here, honestly. Quite a bit. Bench score, I'm going to give you like a 5. Draft capital. Do I have your draft capital here? Yeah, you do have your 26 first. We'll give you a 5 at draft capital. So overall, we're looking at about a 6 flat here for your overall. And we will go, I think, just standard value, well-rounded, contend for this team. I think you definitely are. I think you're definitely a contending team here. I need to visualize. So this is.
I've got you.
Okay.
It's about to come in.
Yeah, you can leave it on the leave it on that one. That'd be good.
Just noting the notable guys.
Okay, cool.
It's almost done.
Yeah, we're kind of putting out your starting lineup since some of your better guys here on your bench, so we can visualize like who you're starting and who you're not. Okay. Tootin, Parker Washington, Travis Hunter, unlikely. Lots of Jaguars here. Okay. And there's no tight end premium in this, by the way. Is there a tight end premium in this, Jesse? And then you're flexing Marvin Jacobs. Okay. Man, I actually don't mind how this team's built at all. I think you could make at least one up tier here, though. Let me make sure there's not a time premium. If there's not a time premium, I'm probably going to pivot from Bowers to a running back or wide receiver here. Trying to figure out where I want to up tier. Maybe take Tootin and London and up tier, Nate. What do you think about that?
Yeah, to who?
Just Tootin on the bench.
Guess we could just...
Yeah, just the higher tier of wide receivers.
So if we take London and Tootin, we'll just get you up to like Jefferson. You can try to get Neighbors cheap, or you can go for Puka.
Or you could always go for Love or Genty. Those are also fun. You can also get a
yeah, those are also options.
Yeah. So that would be one move.
So that's our first one.
Yeah, because you do have enough depth, I think, to make some moves there. So a little bit of an up tier there. He has his first as well. He said it should be the 111. So let's take the 111 and no tight end premium as well. Maybe we take the 111 and Bowers and do the same thing and then just start whoever at tight end.
Just stream tight end.
Yeah, so let's do the Bowers and the 111 and get to that same like elite like first round startup tier.
Yeah, so if we move Bowers for a wide receiver, or if we move London for a wide receiver, or if we move London for a running back like Genty or Love or Gibbs, then you can move Bowers and that 111 for like Puka, Chase, Neighbors type.
Yeah. He says, I built this team from the videos. Yeah, you've done a really good job. I think the main thing here is you actually have a little bit too much depth. And so a couple up tiers here to consolidate into some better guys here, I think will help you get more ceiling on this team from a production standpoint. Hopefully get you over the hump to win first in this league next year.
You're pretty set at wide receiver. I think at this point, I'd probably just take Marv and I would move him for a running back instead. If you move him, you could pivot to Price. You could see what depth piece it would take to get up to like a JT. I'd be totally comfortable getting a JT on this team. Or you can just go for a guy that's, you could just pivot to somebody else in that range too, if you'd like a Lab McConkey or something like that.
So,
Another move that I'd be looking at here is, for the love of all that is holy, please, if you can, move Isaiah Likely for someone that I think is going to contribute more this year. Just pivot straight up from from Likely to Evans, Kittle, or Jake Ferguson. Everything that we have with Likely is pure projection, and we know exactly what Kittle and Ferguson are going to do. And then Evans obviously has a lot of upside opportunity in San Fran. I think another move that we could look into is if you want to pivot off of Ibuka for more of a proven wide receiver in the same value range, or you could pivot to the 102, which would be Carnell Tate. So you could do like James Cook, or you could do Carnell Tate at the 102. Or you can always stick and hold him if you want to, but that's just, again, a couple of target ideas there for you from Ibuka. See how much plus it would take even to get you up to Tet McMillan. Again, we just saw today in today's startup, Ibuka and Tate went back to back.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
And then our third move for this team is probably same thing here. If we can, you've got a contending team. Like at this point, I would go ahead and probably just take Parker Washington and move him for Devontae Adams, or you could go for Terry, or you can go for like a Swifty or something like that. I think that's 6 moves for you. These will all be on your Blueprint Premium. We have to do these a little bit differently because we don't have like a sleeper league ID or anything like that to look at. We don't have all of the league data, so we calculate your value and production share a little bit differently. So you will get this team review within the next 24 hours sent to you in your account on the dashboard.
All right, Jesse, we appreciate you, man. You got a great team here. Yeah, and make sure you get signed up for your Infinite Blueprint as well. I know you did that. You will, just a little bit of a tidbit that will help you for the future for your Infinite. Every month, what we have to do for non-sleepers, we send you a link to actually fill out your team so we can get the most updated version. So you'll get a link in your email. If you don't get the link for some reason, it's going to be in your junk or spam. We send it out at the beginning of the month. You're going to complete that for your roster. It'll have you fill out your league settings and your updated roster. And then you'll send that back to us so we can do your Infinite Blueprint every month. So make sure you keep an eye out for that email every month. You'll have to do that to get your Infinite. B-Fizz, just push me to contend here. Yeah, you're trading a bunch of picks here. 2 firsts, McKylum and a Joe Burrow for, yeah, I mean, this is a smash no matter what. Just take it. I'm not even going to look at your roster. That is such a big value in there, B-Fizz. Go scroll up. Yeah, oh my gosh, and an 8 team? Good gravy. Can I see the team here? Love on the spectrum?
It's a show.
Thanks. I know. Jeez. Yeah, I would do this no matter what. Take it. Take it. Spatucci says, what's up? In a startup, I have Love, Genty, Tate, and T-Law. Okay. Have fun winning your league. It's decent. It's pretty okay.
All right, James Cuz, you're up next.
James, we appreciate you, man.
No comments on this one.
Yeah.
So we'll just dive right in. 12-team Superflex, half PPR, no tight end premium, 9.5% production share, 5th in your league, and 12.3% value share, which is like 4% over expected. Value share is 1st in your league here.
Yeah, and again...
oh my gosh, his running backs. He has Bijan, Gibbs, and he has a 101.
By the way, James, we appreciate you, man. He's a 2-year member, so
nice.
Going on 3 years. So
happy 2-year anniversary.
Yeah, I was gonna almost 3-year anniversary. So he's been around a while. So we appreciate you, James. If you have questions while we do this, just put them down in the comments. So, but yeah, production and value share here look pretty solid, to be honest with you, my man. Yeah, we're looking at Lamar Jackson, Sam Darnold. That's going to be
Jared Goff
that's
as well.
a 9. Yeah, Bijan Gibbs. I got to give you a 10 always. Lamb, Odunze, Ladd, Michael.
About to be a 12 with
7.
Jeremiah Love.
Jeez, he's the 101. Holy frick.
Yeah.
Kincaid's a 2. The 101 this year. You're pushing enhanced here with a 12.
Yeah, he is.
And getting Love on this team is pretty disgusting as well. We'll go standard for now. Standard value well around a 10. I think you'd be draft capital. I think is an 8. Bench is a 1. It's a pretty disgusting team here. Overall is a 7.2.
So the one thing about this team is our flex spots are Michael Pittman and Myers. That we'll push a guy down. So we'll have one one at-large flex spot essentially here. We could get away with a down tier here. Where should we down tier from a guy? Probably not a high-end guy. I'd down tier from one of like Rome or Lad. And get some like productive vets.
He said he traded Olave and Bucky for the 101.
Nice.
I love that.
That's pretty
Holy
good.
frick. Bijan Gibbs and Jeremiah Love is going to break your league. I promise you it's going to break your league, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Have you seen Step Brothers?
Seen Step Brothers? No.
You're not going to fully appreciate the Raiders video then.
The Raiders.
Because it's Fernando and Kirk Cousins, and it's like a
it's
a
like
play
a
on
little
Step Brothers.
Parody of like a show. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
That's funny.
It's very funny if you've seen it. I haven't watched it, but Becca just sent the link and I saw the thumbnail and it's very funny.
Okay, so when down tiering from Lad McConkey, the Zay Flowers team has a lot of interesting assets that I would be very interested in. Kyron Williams is on that team. Alec Pierce is on that team. Walker's on that team. Devonta Smith is on that team. Any sort of combination of those players, I think I'd be pretty okay looking into there. The T. Higgins team has Travis Etienne. The A.J. Brown team has Derrick Henry.
Nice.
That's pretty much where we're going to keep it there, I think, in terms of the down tiers. We can probably move one of these quarterbacks if we want to for another position as well. And then what I would do is I noticed the T. Higgins team also has Matthew Stafford. If you moved one of these QBs and Darnold or Goff for another position, you can just get Stafford for really, really cheap.
That's what I would do
really,
too.
really cheap.
That's what I would do.
So taking one of those guys, I probably move Darnold. I trust Goff a little bit more long term. Let's take Jacoby Myers and Woody Marks and do a little baby up tier there as our third move. And that should get us into a productive vet range that we feel a little bit more comfortable about. Terry McLaurin, Chuba Hubbard, who's going to be a starting running back. Those two guys specifically, we are comfortable with you going for. David Montgomery is another guy that you could target as well. If you wanted to if you ended up getting Montgomery, then maybe your plus would be like Coker with Jacoby Myers instead of Woody Marks. That way you would just have that running back room that you own. That's also worth looking into. With Sam Darnold, we're probably looking at those productive veteran running backs or wide receivers, Josh Jacobs, Jamison Williams, or I'll put the 107 on here as a placeholder for Casey Concepcion, because I think that's, again, the general value range that Darnold is.
Yeah, Vivian says that's a good question. Vivian says, is there anyone actually buying Woody Marks? I think it's pretty tough, to be honest with you. Pretty tough.
Yeah, it depends. That's again, a player, a Jag straight up like Woody Marks, you're not going to be able to move Woody Marks straight up for another player. What we generally try to do with some of these lower end moves is we say, take a couple of these Jags and get a higher end Jag so that you can take that higher end Jag plus a serviceable player, package them, and then upgrade, right? It's like stairs. It's like steps, right? And you're just working your way up by packaging some of these lower end assets, not packaging a bunch of junk to get a gem, but packaging junk to get less gross junk, to then make that less gross junk kind of not junk, to get that kind of not junk to a bag of chips, to get that bag of chips, and then so on and so forth.
Are we taking Coker or Max Claire?
Claire.
Just do it. Yeah, do that trade, James. I'm good with it.
Yeah. Again, that's junk for a little bit less junk or higher upside junk. So
yeah.
Questions on these moves, man?
Yeah, what else are you thinking here, James?
How many times do you think I said junk?
I don't know.
In
a
like
lot.
30
Lots
seconds there.
Look what the Bears did.
Like Bob Ross.
From what you say.
Oh my gosh.
And people think this guy's not going to break out. Okay.
Dude, the schedule release stuff actually makes me laugh. Like, it makes me laugh so much. All right, James.
Yeah, let's see what else he said.
If you have more questions, you know where to find us on Discord. Just send us a DM and we're happy to help you here. He said originally trying to down tier CD, but now not sure. I don't think you need to force down tiering from some of your top cornerstones. That's what I was kind of trying to avoid. I think you can down tier from one of your foundational or upside premier guys in Rome or Lad, get some proven productive vets plus, and not sacrifice any. I think that's one of the biggest. I'm not saying you're misunderstanding. I'm just saying in general.
I think you're just misunderstanding this really big.
No. This just led me to a totally different point. You're in a situation where you don't need to move off of your cornerstones necessarily. And I think what a lot of people can get caught up in is like we get criticized for saying that they'll accuse us of saying like, hey, you want us to down tier from our cornerstones, the best players all the time. That's actually not necessarily true. We only do it if it's necessary for your team. And we only do it to stack value, upside potential if you need it. If not, then don't do it. So hello, focus and zoom. There we go. Yeah, James. No, James, you are not the problem.
No, you're not. It was just funny the way you said it.
I was just thinking of it. Just reminded me of a strategy point. So
all right, gonna down tier off a CD for one of those bags of chips. That's right. It's funny how much the bag of chips is worth in the trading card industry. Shador is like a really like big name. It's so dumb.
Nice,
but okay. Well, it sounds like we have some scheduled release videos to watch actually.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody did ask a question I wanted to answer. Oh, can you add the value share and production share to infinite blueprints? Yeah, we probably won't do that, to be honest with you. That's something that's exclusive to our blueprints and blueprint premiums, especially. But we include it with the standard team blueprints, so you can get an update on that. But yeah, not at this time. We're not going to offer that. So, okay, JJ says the guy with Omar Cooper said he's interested in Myers in the 27 second. I'd probably just do it.
Take Myers, take Cooper.
Yeah. Once AJ Brown joins the Pats, where do you think he'll go in standings? Well, I'm thinking 4 or 5 turn.
4 or 5 turn.
We saw him go there tonight. I think that's where he's going to go.
That was baking in his trade. So
yes.
All right.
So that's where I think he'll go. Okay. Well, 146 likes. We didn't quite get there. I'll give you guys approximately 15 seconds to get 150, and we'll do it. We'll do a 30-second Nightbot giveaway if you want.
1, 2.
Nathan's counting.
3.
You better go.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
and
15.
Time. 147. I'm waiting for the lag. Yeah, JJ said he's going to do it. Zom says, I already liked on 4 accounts. 153. They got it. All right. Here we go. This giveaway is going to last 40. We'll do 1 minute for the delay. Nathan B-Day 69. Nathan B-Day 69 in the chat. Happy birthday to Nathan, everybody. We're so happy to have him as a member of our community and member of Domain and co-owner of Domain. 50%, which is crazy. It's his lifetime achievement award. So happy birthday. You did great. And happy birthday, Nathan. Nathan B-Day 69. Here we go. Oh, it's not working. Hold on. I wonder if I did something different. Hold on. Oh, I did Nathan birthday 15. What the heck? Nathan birthday 16. There we go. Now it's getting you guys on. There you go. Okay, 30 seconds. Go. 20 seconds. Thanks for joining, guys. We appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed the deep dive through the startup drafts. We'll do that once a month where we don't look at comments. We don't talk about anything else besides. We don't talk about Star Wars. We just talk about the startups so that we have one video a month where we kind of update you guys in the market for startups. Okay, 10 seconds.
Yeah, Ladius, honestly, I mean, I feel like someone who lived before the flood and made it to like 900 years old. So
you're what, 21?
Yeah, but Ladius asked me how I feel to be about 389 years old, and I said,
One question, then we'll do the drawing. Jason says, recently found your show. You guys are great. We appreciate that, man. Thanks for watching and supporting, by the way. How can I join a Domain Dynasty League? That is a good question. Any of our Domain members over on the site get access to as many leagues as they want to, up to 5 a year. So you can check that out. I'll give you the link here. Again, it's code Domain. The annual Mother Flocker tier is the one that you would want to get in leagues. You'll get, again, access to live leagues, off-screen leagues, etc. You get a free blueprint as well. So if you're interested in supporting and joining the community, that gets you the leagues as well. So there you go, man. All right, here we go.
You see Trevor Lawrence cut his hair?
I did not.
Yeah.
The winner of the giveaway for the blueprint is Zach Jan 3150. Nathan's birthday 69. Zach Jan 3150. Congratulations. Let us know. Drop your flock username in the chat real quick. I'll give you your team review right here after we sign off. So, all right, love you guys. Appreciate you. If you haven't, go watch the video today about Jeremiah Smith ruining Dynasty leagues. It was a throwback and an ode to our video 3.5 years ago about Bijan Robinson. We had a lot of fun making it. If you haven't seen it, you should go watch it as you go to nighttime, go to sleep, depending on where you're at. All right, love you. Appreciate you. Have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you here next week. Deuces.